Wait, so, Adriel, you have to shower?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna pee first.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party. Yeah. Come on, Bobby, let's go party. Is that the Bobby movie? Joshy, are you ready?
I am so ready!
What is good, my friends? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's the
sir.
Flash Bros podcast, man.
The one.
My name is Sam. I'll be your host for today's show, along with one of my best friends, Joshy.
It's me.
Joshy.
What's going on, you beautiful people out there? And what's going on, Sam? How are you?
I'm good, my friend.
How are you?
I'm so good, bro.
Good.
Real quick, this podcast is essentially about two fucking nerds discussing, debating, and laughing about things we're passionate about and what brought us together, wrapped into an entertainment package for you.
Wow.
To build a community.
That is beautiful. Who wrote that? You wrote that?
Maybe.
Of course.
Maybe. Of course I did, bro. Come
We have
on now.
We have a ghostwriter.
Episode, yeah, bro. Could you imagine?
I would love that.
I've already got this guy. Like, he's in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah, I got it. Fucking.
Ooh, down under. Is that where he's at?
Episodes will currently be uploaded every Friday. We are actually currently live right now on Spotify and Apple Music, and we invite you to join our community.
Please.
Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast, where you can write in questions if you're a subscriber, or you can just send us a message if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go through any of that, totally cool. We'd rather build a community. So email us at flashbrospodcast@gmail.com.
Gmail.com, that's right.
Your support means everything to us, and we will keep this podcast flowing abundantly. Without you, we're just two guys broadcasting our thoughts and conversations into the wind.
That is true. Into the air. Into the
That being said,
into
Josh,
space. Yes, sir.
what's up with you, bro?
Dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, what's new this week?
Very, very good week.
Yeah.
I think I had a fantastic week so far. You know, I got a lot of good time spent with people. You know, got to kick it with my friends in ways that I feel like we got to pretty well. So much good. Well, me and Jake, we have a friend of the show named Jake. He
just left, actually.
Yeah,
He
he
left
literally
right before we started.
Right before we started. But no, him and I have just been kicking it almost literally like probably four times this week.
Okay.
He sleeps
I've
here.
probably seen him here at least twice this last week.
Completely sober.
Yeah.
He sleeps in my bed naked.
It's really?
Yes, it's amazing.
Wow.
No,
You
but
guys are
that's
tight.
Oh,
That's most of our friends, I feel
Absolutely.
like. We're just free balling.
loving it.
You ever heard of like those like indigenous tribes? You know, like
Which ones?
Just in the wild.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
There's this
And they
one
just-
that
there's no clothes out there.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, you know what
Are
I mean.
you kidding me? There's this one in oh damn it, I don't know what it is. I should have done my research. I didn't know you were gonna bring up indigenous tribes.
It just
Damn
came
it,
up, bro.
Shit. I'm like, wait, I have this in my notes. I don't. But there's one that's been uncontacted forever. They've never had contact with anyone. It's an island.
You're fucking.
I swear to God.
This is like
it's a,
fucking.
It's a full island.
King Kong, bro.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But every time someone tries to go, they're very hostile and they'll try to kill people.
Oh,
You can look up
shit.
pictures of the way the planes look after they fly over. There's like spears and arrows in there. Anyway. But no, I had a beautiful week. I had a lot of really amazing conversations with people about this podcast.
Actually?
Yeah. Great shout out to Ben Handorf. He said some really, really beautiful words. We
Yes,
love Ben so
we
much.
Love Ben, bro.
That was so sweet. That really did make my week.
Yeah.
Seriously. And some beautiful words from Jaslyn too. Jaslyn out there, we love you so much.
Yes.
I wish I could shout everybody out that said some sweet things, but seriously, made my week incredible too. So yeah, it was a beautiful week.
Fuck yeah, bro.
What about you, Sonny? How you feeling?
Well, first I really appreciate. I'm gonna echo what Josh is saying.
Echo.
Both Ben and Jaslyn, both great friends of ours, did message. They both messaged me as well.
Yeah.
Ben gave me a call and they were so sweet. They
great.
just said we got a lot of positive feedback this last week and a couple positive feedback from people that we've never heard of before, which is awesome. Like
so
first
cool.
episode out,
So
and we're already
cool.
like reaching out to people
Loving
who've
it.
never heard of us. So
Yes.
that's what we're all about, building this community.
Please.
So, Josh, I've got quite a bit to update you on. Honestly,
Yes.
This game dropped. I think 2 days ago. It was the 29th. So what's it? 31st, 30th today. So it dropped yesterday. But it was like one of those shadow releases where like.
Yes.
It's not really a shadow release, but they released it at night.
It is night, so
Right.
it's a shadow release.
Yeah, right.
If
Okay,
it's nighttime.
So darkness.
Yeah.
And, so this game dropped, and it was on my radar years ago.
Yes.
It's this game called Sea of Stars. And I know I brought it up to you, but before I brought it up to you a couple days ago, had you ever heard of it before?
No, I honestly haven't.
Yeah.
I might have seen some things about it.
Yeah.
Not any details.
Yeah.
Literally maybe like pictures.
I remember
because I like indie games a lot.
Yeah.
And I know that they had one of those Nintendo showcases,
Yeah.
whatever those are
Yeah,
called.
the
The
Nindy.
indie world. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Nindy.
Nindy,
Whatever it's
Indie
called.
World,
Yeah. I did so much research, bro. No, but I know I've seen some things about it. I don't know anything about it though.
So it's I kind of jumped right into it because it was kind of a perfect segue because I still am finishing up Fire Emblem. So I did play one more chapter of Fire Emblem.
Which one are you playing?
Engage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I dropped the phone game, remember? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Done. Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, and especially
Did I
doing
find
the
out-
podcast, I've got no time.
Dude,
I'm like
yeah.
so selective
Sure.
now.
Did I find out live that you spent like $200?
Yeah, that was
on
last
game?
week.
I found that out live. That was crazy. I'm not kidding. I almost forgot that happened.
Have you ever had a game like that? Like
Absolutely.
any kind of like
Maybe not a
game that has like basically an unlimited pool
Yeah.
that you can pour money into.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a game like that? And
God, that's such a good question.
just while we're on the topic.
Yeah, no,
while it
exactly.
shocked you.
So, I mean, I've had games before, like, you know what was a big one was, I've spent, like, money on, dude, I have some embarrassing ones. Angry
hear it.
Birds 2.
Okay,
Huge.
I want to know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll just-
in that game they have a live system.
What's
so
that?
so it's like, you ever played Candy Crush? You know how if you lose a round in Candy Crush, you have like 6 lives. And then
I
you
see.
lose a heart.
Yeah.
You literally have a life.
Excuse me.
So then
Yeah.
you continuously lose lives if you lose a lot. And if you lose, you got to wait like 30 minutes. That's kind of how it goes. I used to do the day. I literally was
got
so
you.
into it at one point. I think it was high school when I was super into it. I would literally check the daily updates every single day, get my free feathers every single
Yeah.
day, get everything that I needed to get. And it got to a point where I was like, I wanted to make more progress in Angry
course.
Birds 2.
Of course.
So I probably spent like, it's probably not as much compared to the number, but probably like $50.
Okay.
That's like $5 interactions
Yeah.
over like a period of time.
And just
Yeah.
to play the game more.
No, it was a lot of things. So there was so much to the game, but essentially yes. Essentially to play the game more, but also more like not to worry about it because
Yeah.
they had like the gem system, which is bullshit. By the
fuck
way,
is the gem system?
Any game that has gems that you pay real money for,
yeah.
that is the dumbest thing you could ever do. It makes money, sure,
does.
but
does.
it's so annoying, and so I would just pay to not have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Just
For
get
sure.
that off my mind. So that's
Well,
probably
okay,
my most
so then in
embarrassing
hindsight,
one.
worth your money? Worth your time?
I think I enjoyed it probably so much that I wouldn't even remember the $50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then what's to regret? No,
There really is nothing
Yeah.
to regret.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, like, maybe I could have put that towards a house.
You could have.
But $50.
We're not even gonna go there.
No, exactly.
Because
I
hobbies take away from
Ew.
any conversation.
that is
right?
not
But
even worth thinking.
I'm gonna get back
about.
to Sea of Stars is this game that basically was announced years ago. I don't know exactly how long it's been in development, but I do know that it's from the same studio, from the guys who made The Messenger. And The Messenger was a really... I remember The Messenger dropped and all these online outlets were talking about it, right? Like IGN, people that I just followed privately on YouTube and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is The Messenger? And I look it up, and it just kind of looks like an 8-bit Ninja Gaiden style game. Kind of like graphical style of Mario, like just really like
Was it
low
like
poly graphics,
Was it like Ninja
pixel
Gaiden,
art, right?
Where it was like it was a side scroller.
It was a side scroller, and it was hard. And it was like you have ninja moves. It's literally a ninja. So he's like you leap off the walls, and so But all the reviewers, like, this game is getting 9s, 10s. Like, I'm like, okay,
holy shit, for a game like this?
Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything on it because I've played probably 10 hours of The Messenger.
Oh, wow.
And that is an exceptionally good game.
Wow.
If you like old school kind of like the Mario Bros. Games like we talked about,
we love those.
Like any of like kind of those SNES or NES like Mega Man,
like inspired games.
Yes, for sure.
Love those.
So same guys, right?
Yeah.
And this game though has so much love, and it's just an ode. It has so many like systems that they've kind of directly brought from. I'd say its two biggest influences that I've played the game now for 5 hours.
And you're talking about Sea of Stars now.
It has direct influence from Chrono Trigger, one of my favorite games.
I know you love
of all time.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh my god,
love you some Chrono Trigger.
But also Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Yeah, it's got other things like from that. It's funny because my childhood game RPG was Chrono Trigger. That's on the Super Nintendo. Okay,
right.
My buddy back home, Caleb, shoutouts. His kind of childhood RPG was Super Mario RPG. So I'm like, yo, demo just dropped. Play it, dude. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
I'm playing the game. He's playing the demo. I'm like, dude, all these Chrono Trigger direct references.
Right.
He's saying, all these Super Mario direct references. He's opening my eyes, and I'm like, yo.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are they direct references? You're saying direct references. Is this like, are they literally like, is it full inspiration? Or is it just remind you personally?
Yeah, I guess more specifically, I would say inspiration, but direct inspiration. An example is on Chrono Trigger. When there's like a map that you run around, and it's like a map that you're in, and it's some of the most beautiful pixel art I have ever seen. And I
love me some pixel art.
Same, bro. I'm a bitch for that.
No, we know this.
And this is a foreshadow for later because pixel art is going to be a part of this episode.
What?
Yeah. And pixel art's pretty dang special. I don't know if anyone knows about pixel art, but pixel art is nowadays some of the most expensive stuff to source in terms of art direction.
Yeah, you were just
quality
telling me about
and
that.
animation. Yeah. It is now often more expensive to get an independent pixel art creator than it is a 3D animation creator. Wow. Isn't that crazy?
No, that's insane.
It's kind of becoming a lost art, if you will.
Because, absolutely.
Especially if you think of animation, that is hand drawn. Even if it's not drawn, it is ... by hand.
Absolutely.
And if you're doing it 60 frames per second,
oh my God.
guy, you're not making an animation thing. Like it was so much love and quality. I can't even. It's hard to even kind of put into words.
No, I totally get it. I wanna kind of using what I know about anime and animation and my understanding. I want to say on that, just on that topic real quick.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with animation. So the way that most cartoons are made nowadays is everyone knows about Flash, but it's not exactly Flash. They just use 2D rigs.
Okay.
So they move characters individually so that they don't have to draw them over and over. That is kind of like the pixel art of its time because it's a dying medium.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of shows, especially, animated cartoon shows nowadays that are hand drawn and done in that same style.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reasons why Cuphead was such an influential game was because those were hand drawn. Not just they literally were done in the traditional style. Literally hand drawn. It was one
of the most beautiful games I have ever seen.
Probably the coolest art style of any game. It took so long to animate.
Yes.
And it's that same thing. It's like a dying medium. Yep. You don't see it, and guess what? One of the biggest reasons, costs. It's so freaking expensive. Absolutely.
It is, bro.
Because who wants to draw that shit over and over when you have a cheaper like optimization?
Yeah, right.
So
even
anyway,
kind of like a 2.5D. That's kind of like the thing now.
Sure.
Is just making like something that looks like 2D, but like even like the new Super Mario Bros. Series, that's kind of 2.5D.
Definitely,
and it's a lot cheaper.
Absolutely.
Than making if they made a full on pixel art Mario.
Totally. Yeah. Totally. And it's one of the things that I thought about with okay, so I have a huge love for Zelda. Huge love for Zelda. And I think me personally
with Zelda.
Oh my goodness. Me personally, my favorite looking Zelda game has to be the Minish Cap because it is the best 16-bit,
For sure.
best looking fucking pixel art Zelda game out there.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. There's some beautiful looking ones. I enjoy me some, a Link to the Past looks nice. You know what I mean? But you can't be the Minish Cap.
Right.
So when it came to making a 2D Zelda on the DS, what they did was optimize it to this 3D kind of
like
style.
The 2.5D.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's much cheaper, and you know that because they made a sequel a couple years later to Phantom Hourglass called Spirit Tracks, which is in the exact same style, in the exact same art direction, the way that it's done.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing because it's cheaper, because it's the most optimal way to be able to make that. So anyway, just wanted to give my two piece on why pixel art is so incredible and why I have a lot of
Your 2 piece.
What about my 1 piece?
What about your 1 piece, dog?
Yeah,
no, I appreciate that.
Of course.
So this game, what I mean by like a direct reference would be like if in Chrono Trigger you have like a map that you load into. That's where things take place. You meet enemies, you fight enemies, you traverse the world.
Yeah.
But then you kind of you start at point A, you get to point B, now you're on like an overworld map. You know, like in the old Mario games, you would literally move, like you're at like world 1-1, and then you press right, and now you're at world 1-2.
Just like a Super Mario World?
Yeah, it's like a glorified level select, right? It's a really pretty overworld looking level select, right? So this game, Chrono Trigger, kind of takes it a step further, and you can free roam this world. You can't do much, and there's no platforming.
Right.
It literally is still level select, but you're traversing the world. So
Yes.
no random battles, no nothing. And so when you would like go to a location, it has a little hover, a text hover of where you're gonna go, and you're like, oh yeah, that's where I need to go. So you go in there. This game has the exact same system, the exact same. So I'm like, oh, that's straight out of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it is.
Even like kind of the font and how it's done, all that.
Yeah.
And then like kind of when it comes to Chrono Trigger, when it comes to like the battle system, Chrono Trigger has it's called an active time battle system. So basically, what that means is it's turn-based, but everything has a meter that fills up. So when it's not that character's turn, like your character or the enemy's turn, a bar will fill up. When that bar is full, that person gets to attack.
Ooh.
Okay? So it's turn-based, but on a timer. So it has to do with stats. So sometimes, like, if you have a speed stat in the game, that makes your turn come faster, right? Cool. Some enemies are fast as fuck, or bosses, so they get attacked twice before you get it, right? This game doesn't have that. This game has a traditional turn-based, so when it's your turn, just like Mario RPG.
Gotcha.
As an example.
And that's what your friend Caleb was kind of saying, the references.
And there's a lot of other things.
Sure, I believe
much
it.
Deeper, but
I believe
what
it.
I will say is that it's got beautiful hand-drawn. It's all pixel art, so it's got portraits. It's in 60 FPS. I thought it was in 30, but there was a fire, kind of like a campfire flickering effect.
Wow.
And it was like flickering, definitely 60 FPS.
Really?
So I'm very, very impressed.
That's incredible, because as a pixel art game, you could definitely get away with 30 FPS.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of those things I just have respect for.
Same, bro.
If you're doing that, even though you don't
love in this game.
Yeah.
And I'm also a big appreciator. I don't know if you are, Josh, for sound effects.
I hate sound effects. I legendarily hate them. Psych. I think sound design, by the way, in not just video games, but anime and any other medium, is one of the most, if not, I don't want to say it, one of the, I'll just say one of, probably the second most important thing when it comes to getting you immersed into a world or combat or anything like that. If you have weak sound design, or if you have a game that's set up that has it almost feels like the sound is a second thought and there wasn't really thought put into it. Honestly, it takes me out of it. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever had an experience like that.
Absolutely,
but
bro.
That's
stuff that gets annoying over time. Yeah. You're like so sick of these songs playing in the background.
It feels like they didn't even think about it as hard, which is really funny because you and I legendarily love Xenoblade. Yes. And I love some of the sounds in Xenoblade. I really do. And I love the voice lines. But I know that's one of the things that people do not like about it. The sound design? Yes. So the combat, for anyone who doesn't know, Xenoblade, every character talks and says their attack every time they attack. Right. and I think it's hilarious.
I love it.
I think it's so cool.
What do you
I think it's so funny.
People don't like
I
that?
love. Yeah. So that's the thing. I've read so many things about people who find it annoying. Even Japanese audience being like, it's too much sound. It's too much going on. And I'm not kidding.
That kind of makes it special for me.
I agree. It makes combat feel. It's also just quirky and it's cool. And I literally, there's some attacks that will forever be just like so iconic because of it. Like backslash. That whole like
backslash.
This will leave a mark. Schaefer's edge. I love the sounds. I love everything that they say in those games. I'm trying to remember what Rex said with
Let's show him a thing of 3.
Let's show him a thing of 3. Every time you start a match, every time you start a fight. Just
can't have a rainbow without Ryan, baby.
Charlotte, what about me?
Charlotte.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Shulk. Charlotte.
That stuff is
Love
so
it.
endearing and
God.
makes it separates it
Yeah.
from the rest. Would you rather have that or like you're attacking
or nothing.
Like it
Or
just has
nothing.
kind of recycled or cheap kind of sounds.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely.
Sound design's big. Like it's staying on that for a sec.
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Smash has some of the best sound design for a fighting game.
Are you kidding me? Oh, and a game in general, bro.
From the sound does a great job in hyping you up
Absolutely.
when something happens that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And there's some moves in Smash that have very disappointing sounds. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me like the move less.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Like just some of them have like a dull sound and it'll kill your opponent and you're like, that killed? Like that's what you think,
absolutely.
right? Instead
what
of
are you
like,
thinking?
yeah!
Can you think of a character? Because I'm trying to think right now. We don't have to dwell on it for too long. But I was thinking maybe even like there's a couple like Ken and Ryu moves where like some of them sound really good.
It almost sounds like
some
a
of them,
blunt.
It's like a blunt hit, and I'm like, oh, that killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta say
I can't
though.
think of an example.
No,
off the
I
top of my
can't.
head, bro,
but I gotta say
that's a great example of something like
huge.
What I'm talking about.
It's so huge.
Yeah,
It's so huge.
So this Sea of Stars game, bro, is literally a 10 right now. It is game of the year contender, and that's saying a lot because the
Tears of the Kingdom
main
came out
topic of this
year,
episode
right?
is going to be what we're most hyped about this year. Right now I'm in it. Like any game right now with all the experience that we have and kind of like the just getting older and the distractions of the world. Like it's more difficult for me now to kind of get lost into a game.
Yeah, man.
Especially kind of an older game.
Sure.
And this is doing a fantastic job. So
Good.
I'm playing a Sea of Stars right now,
Beautiful.
and I'm gonna finish that so I can talk about it more. To be
Hell
honest.
yeah. How far are you in?
About 5 hours. Okay. So I just completed basically the big tutorial, and now I'm kind of going into the main game. It does a really good job too of making like.
Well, how long's the game?
No idea.
Wow.
It just came out, so yeah. I don't know, like if they had an embargo too, but I was trying to look up reviews, and there wasn't any reviews days before it came out. So
wow.
I'm going into it pretty fresh.
Yeah.
I feel like from what I've experienced, I now don't want to look up anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when I know I'm into
Yes.
a game is when there's no looking up that's needed or any like knowledge of where the game goes or what it does.
Absolutely.
Just discover that yourself.
So that's I got that in Switch. It's on a multitude of platforms. But
is it on everything?
Pretty much.
PC?
I'm pretty sure it's even on PS4 and Xbox. Actually, I think I will. We have like a section in our show where we announce like current releases.
Very
it is
cool.
on that list, so I'll reveal what consoles. But it's definitely on PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also been playing Until Dawn.
When have you been playing Until Dawn?
You ever heard of that game, Josh?
Let me just say, I've heard of that game once or twice. Just a little background. Sam knows this already.
If you don't know what Until Dawn is, can you explain it,
Yes.
Josh?
So Until Dawn is a very, very Telltale style. It's done by the same people who did.
What do you mean by Telltale style?
So Quantic Dream is the name of the company, but Telltale is a company that's very known for I don't want to say choose your own adventure.
That's kind of what
is
it
that the
is,
vibe?
though.
Is that
That's
what
the
I could
vibe.
call it? Yeah.
100%.
Choose your own adventure, as in every single action, and obviously some games do it a lot more, so where there's sections where you can make big decisions, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Until Dawn does it very, very incredibly.
Yeah.
Probably the best of any game I've played.
Right.
But every decision that you make as any character you play will ultimately affect every single next decision that's made throughout the entire game. I'm talking which hallway you go down, what you decide to pick up, what you say to other people, the way that these characters interact, and the best thing about Until Dawn, in my opinion, for anyone who's played a Telltale game, obviously, there's some points where it's very clear what decision you're supposed to be making. Until Dawn, it's not clear at all. It's never clear at all in any way. Because other, you know what I mean by other games. It's like, oh, be nice or be mean or be silent, and it's like, okay, I think you know what I mean. Yeah, they can. Until Dawn.
Yeah, that's you're 100% right. Because I've played several Telltale games. Telltale. There's Batman. There's The Walking Dead, which is how that company. I think that was the first game.
It was the first one.
Got them off the ground.
Yeah, dude.
One of my favorites is the Minecraft story mode.
I never played.
I played season 1 and 2.
Wow.
And I think even season 1 had an expansion pass, so there was 8 episodes instead of 5.
Nice.
Very, very good.
Really good.
So fucking good. Like actually a good story. Dude, but they kind of do a thing where they kind of make major decisions. Story changing decisions that aren't really a big deal.
Sure.
Like in the grand scheme of things, it's like, you get this character as a part of your party, so now there's different dialogue and different things are going to happen. Maybe you lose this character because you didn't pick the other one. You know?
Totally.
Until Dawn, and Josh is so right, because Until Dawn is a horror game.
Yes, it is.
First of all, that's what sets it apart.
Very.
So the developers, Supergiant is the developers of Until Dawn, and they wanted to...
is it not Quantum Dream?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Supergiant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I take back what I said then.
They might have been worked together.
They might have.
But I'm pretty sure it's Supergiant.
Yeah,
and
I might be wrong then.
They made this game to feel like a movie that you're in control of. Yeah. And it right from the beginning, as it kind of sets up the story, it's like, okay, you're in the middle of a blizzard, in the middle of woods that are so far from... like everyone else in society.
In the mountains.
It is in the mountains.
In the mountains
like,
of somewhere.
And of course, who's the cast? Bunch of high school kids.
Bunch of teenagers.
Right? Bunch of teenagers. Yep. So, of course, some shit's going to go down out there. It already starts off right off the bat with somebody dying.
What?
So I'm not going to reveal anything else because if you haven't experienced Until Dawn... I'm on chapter 7. I'm pretty far in. I think we're only a few chapters away from being done. Me and my girlfriend are playing this right now. And
what's her name?
Kendall!
Hey! We got a name drop. Name drop.
So we're both sucked in. We've been doing some date nights with this game.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, fuck. A chapter can last like an hour to an hour and a half about. And we're like getting to the end and it just ends on the best cliffhangers.
It's so good.
And you're like,
I swear, it feels like
we have to know what's happening.
It literally feels... Okay, I gotta say one thing real quick, too. So, legendarily, I played the absolute shit out of Until Dawn.
Did you?
I didn't get as far as my younger brother. My younger brother, Drew, he 100%ed all of it on the PS4.
Did you beat it?
Platinumed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I beat it twice, and I tried to get as many of the. They have like hidden trinkets all around.
Yeah.
And you find out little pieces of lore. But I gotta say, the butterfly effect mechanic.
Yes.
And the way that pops up and the way that it'll be such small, tiny little things is the best I've seen in any choose your own adventure game I've ever seen. And so if you're playing the game and you see the bitch ass butterflies fly on the screen,
you just made a game changing
decision.
Yes.
And it could be so small.
Right. Like I'll give an example even. There's two characters.
Yes.
Right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The girl's kind of waiting for this guy.
Yeah.
She sees his stuff, and then she sees his phone ringing. So you have a decision. Do you answer the phone, or do you just leave it? Because it's not your phone. It's his phone, right? His phone. So we made the decision to answer the phone.
Oh, yeah.
When we did that, it had a butterfly effect.
It did.
That dude remembered that we answered his phone, and he lost trust in us.
Yeah, he did.
And he mentions it several chapters later.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, it's okay, so that's something small, but there is some
huge.
major decisions.
Huge.
I'm not going to spoil anything else.
No, I don't want to spoil anything.
It is a must experience, I would
really
say.
is. I say it's a must play game.
And they also have you played The Quarry, which is the next game?
Didn't it just come out?
It came out, I think, a year ago or so. I remember I was at my friend Faith's house, and a group of us were playing through this game. Just as good. Holy
I've heard
shit.
it's so good. I've heard it's so good.
I have to play that immediately after this.
Is it the same people who made it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got a
it is.
couple. I got a couple more things.
Yeah.
First off. Who's your favorite character so far?
In Until Dawn.
In Until Dawn. You got to think hard.
It's tough.
You want me to tell you mine?
Well, you asked me, so I'm gonna say Mike. So far.
Really?
It is.
That's me.
Really?
I love Mike. I thought I'd hate him at first.
Same.
I thought he was such a
Yes.
I thought he was like the douchebag character.
Yes.
But
That's
he
literally what I was gonna
genuinely
say, bro.
Keeps the crew together and like is the muscle who's constantly getting shit done.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, every
Favorite
decision
character.
I've made has been kind of. What's happening is I
Yeah.
have the controller.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the gamer.
Right.
Kendall, it's too stressful for her.
Sure.
So I'm making her make all the decisions.
Oh, yeah.
So every time
that's
there's an
so
option
good.
on the screen, she's choosing. So
Yeah.
everything with Mike is
Yeah.
like, let's take the risk path. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Right.
So my bravery, my courage is maximum.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
But he's kind of a god with it. Like
absolutely.
fucking how he does handle
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
Like I'm impressed.
Dude is-
because I thought he was gonna one of those kind of douches where
I thought
he's
so, too.
He's a pansy.
Absolutely.
So he's going to be the first one out and save himself.
Absolutely.
But he's not like that
Yeah.
at all.
No,
He's
absolutely.
actually a really good guy.
No,
So-
he's a really good guy. Very cool character.
Cool.
But anyway, we can move on from Until
Yeah,
Dawn.
actually, Josh, that's pretty much all I've been doing other
Beautiful.
than I threw out my back this week.
Uh-oh.
You were talking last week about
We were.
you had back issues.
Bit of a back
from
issue.
the gym.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, and me and Kendall have been going to the gym almost every day. So I've been feeling like really good. I've been
Respect
feeling,
to you
Thank
for that,
bro.
by the way,
yeah,
man.
man.
That's what it's all about.
I've been really feeling like good, like physically, like no issues.
Good.
I have off and on sciatica pain,
Yeah.
which, if you don't know what that feels like, it is terrible.
Apparently.
It's horrible.
I've
It's like
never
lower back
experienced
pain, but in your leg, or worse.
Lower
right?
back pain
right in
in
your
your-
ass.
Oh.
So I was at her house and I bent down to tie my shoes before church. And I threw out my back. I had like a
boy.
back spasm.
Oh, my
I'm on the
goodness.
ground. I'm literally like, wow, from
Wow.
tying my freaking shoe.
That'll do ya.
So I've been doing a bunch of massaging and exercises.
There you go.
Last 2 days though,
Some
I
stretches?
feel way better today.
Good.
My last 2 days at the gym, I didn't go today because of honestly I have the podcast right now and then I've got work later.
There you go.
Which I normally don't work on Wednesdays specifically for this podcast, but I had to cover someone tonight.
Gotta
It
do what
happens.
you gotta do,
There's
man.
only a couple
Hey,
bartenders.
Serving industry, man.
Have to, bro. You
It's
gotta
what
take care of my
it's
own.
what it's
so.
all about, exactly.
but
well, I'm
that's
sorry.
pretty
I'm
much-
sorry to hear about your back, by the way.
No, dude,
That
thank
shit
you, bro.
rough.
Yeah, it feels much better today though.
Yeah.
So I'm just fingers crossed, and I'm
Absolutely.
just trying to take care
This
of myself.
is the exact reason why I don't wear shoes with shoelaces.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Well, no, it's not the exact reason. It's like I'm prepared
on
for
board.
it every
oh,
day.
really?
No, yeah. You could fuck your shit up by tying your shoes. But no,
What have you been
kidding.
doing, dude?
Dude, so after everything, you know, and I already said I was hanging out with Jake, but I did want to say, since we kind of got into what have we been
Yeah.
experiencing,
Any games?
I just finished yesterday.
Yeah.
I finished Kuroko No Basket, or Kuroko's Basketball.
Yes, bro.
I was just talking to you about it yesterday.
Yes.
But I don't watch sports anime. I never have. I'm not opposed to it, of course, because I just fucking finished one. But
for anyone who doesn't know, because
Yes.
this is kind of a niche anime, I'd say, for people who
Sure, yeah.
don't know anime.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably have no idea what this is. What is
Yeah.
Kuroko no Basket?
So I call it Kuroko's Basketball because that's what is listed on Netflix.
Yep.
But so Kuroko's Basketball is it is a basketball style anime, but very very hypened.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's
that's
like
even a word.
stylized.
So stylized.
Yeah.
You watched the first 10 episodes?
Yeah, because what was it when we first moved in the house?
Yeah, when we
probably
first-
about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We all those roommates.
Yeah.
We had like a house anime,
Yep,
and that
yep,
was
yep.
it. So
And we watched it.
we
pretty
got
far.
really close to finishing the first season.
I think we got to episode 15 because when I picked it up again, I think I was watching on episode
Got it.
15. Yeah.
Got it.
So
That's all I know.
Yeah. Very stylized, but very, very emotional and very good. Really good.
Yeah.
I gotta say, seriously, probably one of my new favorite anime.
Yeah?
Not like top 5, maybe top 10.
Wow.
It's so good. It's genuinely so good. And I'm not a sports anime guy.
Yeah.
I did not expect myself. And I don't play basketball. I literally like when Dorian was first telling me about it.
Yeah.
Our friend Dorian, friend of the show. If you're listening, fuck you.
Yes.
If you're not, also fuck you. But actually, like originally I was like, okay, basketball as an anime. Come on, if I'm watching anime, I'm gonna watch something I'm getting into.
Yeah.
My Hero, some superpower shit. You know, they got chakra in Naruto. It's a different world, right?
Yeah.
Black Clover, they got magic. In this, they got hands. They got basketball. They got shoes. I'm like, I don't know if that's for me.
Right.
And I don't play basketball.
Right.
How the fuck am I supposed to get into it? But the show makes it more than about truly playing the game basketball. It's about this like. It's about, like, truthfully... And, dude, at first I thought it was called Kuroko's Basketball because it was just some weird Japanese translation.
Yeah.
But the point of the show, and I don't want to spoil too much, I won't say much, but I will say absolutely, like, 9.5 out of 10. The only thing that holds it back for me is that I don't really think it's for everyone.
Sure.
I think that you have to enjoy anime in order to watch it.
Okay.
Like, you can't show it to because it's very, like, heightenized. And if someone's like, okay, there's a timer going on right now. How are they thinking and talking this much during a match?
Yeah.
If you can love anime, I think that it's a perfect... But I can't say it's a perfect show. But I would say 9.5 out of 10.
That's amazing.
No joke.
That's amazing.
Because
that's higher than I thought.
Dude, you have to make it high in order for it to, like... I'm not a sports guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports anime guy. I don't know basketball. I barely played basketball in my life. So for it to get me that into the show with just its characters, its writing, its action... is a fucking testament to how good it is.
Yeah.
And so, truthfully, 9.5, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 in my book, but if you don't fuck with anime, it's probably a 9.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just incredible. The ending, I was crying. I felt these extreme emotions. I wanted to explain real quick, too. Sorry, I kind of got off topic.
Good, bro. You're good.
But the reason it's called Kuroko's Basketball, no spoilers or anything, is because Kuroko, the main character, he truly has his own form of basketball that no one else plays, and it's very team-based. He's not good at basketball. He's good at passing. He's good at disappearing and literally like making it so that he is like almost like not a part of the crowd.
Yeah.
People don't pay attention to him, and so he uses it to assist everyone else. He's called he's a shadow, and the light would be someone else.
Right.
And
Which is such a cool idea.
Such a cool idea.
The hero
not
being a hero.
Not being the big, strong guy. So, and at first I remember thinking, I was like, I don't know. They have to do it well in order for that to be good. And they do it perfectly.
Because he also kind of, if I remember right, he's kind of quiet.
He's very quiet.
He doesn't really talk.
Oh, yeah.
He's not the spotlight like in any way.
And you know, it's not a spoiler at all to say, you know, there's another character named Kagami who kind of exists as his light and kind of, you know, shines this because he's so talented and has so many natural talents. But the whole character arc that they go through is Kuroko's way of basketball, like is it obsolete? Yeah. Is it possible to truly like be just a piece of your team, or do you have to individually be a better player than everyone else?
Yeah. And
do you have to play in order to want to be better than everyone else, or can you play with just dude? I think it's a metaphor for even life in general. I think it's truly this idea of, do you go through life with this expectation that you have to be the grand winner of it all? Or are you okay with being a incredible piece to a story, which is your family, your friends, not even just a piece, but you're obviously still, you know, your own made character.
Yeah.
But it's an incredible
honestly, that
story.
Sounds crazy.
It's amazing
because that's
so
not
amazing.
A story that's often told, especially in like any kind of movie or show
Agreed.
at all, bro.
Agreed.
It's kind of like, what do you want out of life?
Absolutely.
Do you want to be your hero, or is that not important to you? Is what's important to you is everyone winning?
I'm getting chills.
Dude,
literally after
I love that.
I'm telling you,
I love that.
I know. And that's the thing, is that it hooked me with that. The heart of the show is the idea of Kuriko and Kagami and Aomine and Kisei and freaking Midorima and all these characters and the way they play and what that makes them as people, not the basketball. It's not about basketball.
Not about basketball.
It's Kuriko's basketball. It's his style of game. So it's called that because it's like...
And that's
Kagami,
also, if I'm correct in assuming
please.
he's one of 5 legendary...
He's the 6th. He's the
sixth.
Phantom 6th
So he's
member.
one of 6 extremely gifted prodigy players. The best in the world for kids, right?
Yes.
So
the best in Japan, I think.
So am I correct in assuming that he is the only one of the 6 that has this mantra?
Absolutely.
Everyone else wants to be the spotlight.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's so interesting because it's almost that kind of like Naruto vibe, or even like I'm trying to think of one that maybe you've seen where the main character affects these people's lives and like his belief is almost infectious.
Yeah.
Where it's like you see these characters, they first play them and they're so stuck up and they're so like high and mighty and they're so like into their own forms of basketball that there's no way that they could be influenced by anyone else. But seeing the way that Kuriko carries himself, carries his team, lives with others in this beautiful way, once they see Kuriko's basketball, it's over. They know they
gone, baby.
No, I'm just saying, like, their egos and all these things get shattered, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so incredible.
Yeah.
It's not about.
amazing.
It's truly not about basketball.
Yeah.
But even
from what I saw, the basketball was sick.
So good.
So good.
Holy shit.
I've never been so hyped. Like literally, it's like 5 seconds on the clock. They're down by like 6 points, and you're like, how the fuck are they gonna catch up?
It's so incredible, so crazy, crazy.
It keeps you in your seat.
Incredible.
Definitely.
Oh my god, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Josh,
so, yeah, that was
let's
so good.
jump right now,
please,
to our Patreon sponsors.
Patreon, we love you guys.
So these are the we have our Patreon page, as I mentioned, and these are the people currently subscribed to the Flash Club tier, which is the only thing we got up right now, baby. But shout outs to our
huge shout outs
sponsors right now. We're super grateful for you guys.
We love you so much.
We've got Austin Bowman, good buddy of mine. He's like a little brother to me, to be honest. Annette Anderson. Shout outs to my own mother.
Annette, we love you so much, by
and
the way.
as of this morning, Donald Duck.
Donald Duck?
The Donald Duck.
No way.
Yeah,
Let me
dude.
see.
No, I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Donald Duck right there.
I don't know what else to say.
There's nothing to be said.
His picture honestly says it all. It looks just like him.
It does.
So,
we are
super
so
appreciate you guys,
honored,
honestly, especially for us just starting out. So
absolutely.
We have I got an update section coming up, so we'll get there, but we'll talk about kind of like what we got looking forward for the future, especially in terms of Patreon.
Absolutely.
Right now, Josh, we're going to jump into our next segment for History of the Week.
Ho ho!
This is from GameFAQs. Today is Wednesday, August 30th.
That's the truth.
And so this will be our curated list of gaming history this week.
Ooh.
And these are all going to be North American kind of releases dates,
yeah.
unless otherwise stated. So,
unless otherwise stated.
Yeah, feel free to. I'm going to kind of like go down this list. It's pretty extensive every week, which is kind of nice. Yeah.
That is cool.
And so I want to know your thoughts if you have anything to say.
If I have thoughts, I'll tell you.
So this is going to be any game that was released. I'll mention the year after each game, but the actual date for them will be between August 28th and September 3rd. So that will be any game released years ago this week.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Beautiful.
On it. Okay.
Makes sense.
Game number 1. We have Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Wow.
Released on the Famicom 36 years ago in Japan in 1987.
Look at that. Wow.
Did you ever play Castlevania 1 or 2?
No, so I got the Castlevania collection just recently. I really want to check them out. But I know just how influential they are, and I know how important they are, because check that out. That game came out on the Famicom.
The Famicom.
The freaking Famicom. And it has interactable towns. It has like NPCs that you can talk to. We're talking like truly groundbreaking for its time.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking video game.
Absolutely.
Especially
it was difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
difficult
So
as
hard.
hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's
I've only
such a
played it
style
also
now.
from the collection too.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, what a game already.
I did want to say though, I just watched the first season of the anime on Netflix.
Oh, Castlevania.
Yeah, Castlevania.
Yeah.
Really
You
good, by the
finished
way.
it?
The first season, which is only
Okay.
4 episodes. So, yeah. No,
I didn't
no.
realize it was so short.
Not so much.
But I've heard nothing but good things.
Really good.
Yeah?
Definitely very violent, very brutal, but it's just like the game, right?
Yeah.
We
fuck
gotta
yeah.
love that.
Okay.
We gotta love it.
No, I just want to. That's
Yeah.
on my list. That's been on my list.
It's really good.
For a long time.
I think you would love it personally.
So next we got Mario Tennis
Uh-oh.
on the N64.
OG.
OG.
Wow.
23 years ago in the year 2000.
Incredible. A little bit of quick trivia. Did you
Yeah.
know that was the first game that Waluigi ever appeared in?
Actually?
Yeah, the Mario Tennis
makes
game.
sense.
So it's really interesting. I know a lot about the lore of that one actually, because the
About Mario
same
Tennis?
developers. Yes, the reason that they made it was because they were working on.
Is it HAL?
No, it wasn't HAL, but it was a studio. It was a second party, so they were their own independents, but then they were owned by Nintendo. And while they were making another game just to test it out, they made this game called Mario Golf. And they loved it. Nintendo loved it so much they were like, "Oh yeah, you can do more Mario like sports games."
Shit.
Their favorite sport was tennis, so they went all out, and they wanted to make it like so that the player was so into it they
Yeah.
would get angry. So obviously there was Wario
Well, that works,
from
let me
Mario
tell ya.
Land. Absolutely, absolutely. And so that's also why Daisy was used in there. She was technically from Mario Land,
Right.
but they put her in as like a character who wasn't just Peach, you know?
Yeah.
Because you needed doubles. It's tennis, and Wario needs a partner, so you make Waluigi.
Okay.
So yeah, just a little fun.
Well, I
little
love
fun trivia
that.
for
Mario
that.
Tennis, very fond memories of that.
Yeah.
Growing up for me.
Yeah.
That was a game where
N64,
I rented it. I think I was staying with my grandma, and my grandma would always pretty much let me rent any game I wanted
Like
to.
Blockbuster. Or what?
Yeah, literally Blockbuster.
Nice.
Shout-outs to Blockbuster.
Shout out to Blockbuster. There's actually one left. Did you know that?
It's still, Oregon, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it's the OG
Have you
Blockbuster.
been there?
I have not been to that one. I've driven
wow.
by it, though.
Really? You didn't go in? Why not?
Well, I mean, I grew up with Blockbuster. There was
Sure.
literally one in my small hometown and
Yeah,
everything. I mean, this was years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I just remember being like, oh my God, there it is.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
It's the last
Because I
one.
remember, dude, you remember this little tidbit on Blockbuster?
Yes.
But they had a whole model mimicking Netflix when Netflix was first getting big.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Okay. Sort of. So
Yeah.
I was definitely into Blockbuster though.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to like it was what are you talking about? Are you talking about the renting every
So Netflix
Yeah.
started as a disc-based
It was a
company,
disc-based
right?
company,
Where
yeah.
you rent it out, you keep it as long, you just pay for the membership,
yep.
so you keep it at your house, and you don't have to return it.
Yeah.
Unless you don't return it, you pay for it.
Yep.
But if you still got your membership, you
Yeah.
basically are renting one at a time,
Yep.
or you could buy a plan to get 2
Yep.
discs at a time.
Yeah.
Blockbuster did this, and they made one for video games.
Oh yeah.
Which competed with GameFly.
Which is crazy.
They would literally
Yeah.
do the same thing. So you pay a membership. Blockbusters, though, was cracked. I remember when I was like just graduating high school. So
Yeah.
now I have a job. So
Yeah,
I got money.
got money
So
into it,
obviously
yeah.
I'm gonna like do whatever I want.
course,
and
right.
and I'm just getting more nerdy as I'm getting older.
Not much has changed.
So they had 3 discs, 3 games at a time that you could rent.
Wow.
And it was like $15 a month.
That's
Something
so
like that.
good.
Like,
yeah.
you'd be silly not to take advantage
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
I remember I was
facts.
achievement hunting, so I
Oh,
just
yeah.
rent like this Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Yeah.
the Earth Kingdom game
Yeah.
on 360.
Yeah. Oh my god, love
I
it.
got the platinum or the it wasn't trophies I was chasing. I was on 360, so I got the 1,000 achievements, the gamer score.
What?
I got that in 5 minutes because that was like one of the shortest
Yeah.
1,000 gamer score games ever.
Gamer.
Returned it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Just got all these games.
got
I got
as
it in my
many as you
arsenal. That's where I got Lost Odyssey.
good.
That's where I heard
Oh,
that
wow.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because that's a 4-disc game.
Really?
And they shipped it like in these envelopes that
And so
like
it
had
had
the discs
4
all kind
in
of
there?
together. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's-
this is going to scratch
This is
them.
gonna
Like, what
fuck
the
it
fuck?
up. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's
yeah.
so funny.
Shout outs to Blockbuster.
Shout out to Blockbuster. Big
Let's
shout
get back
out.
to this.
Please.
Blue Dragon on the Xbox 360, 16 years ago in 2007. Josh, you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I do not.
Blue Dragon. I'm gonna pull a picture
What?
because
Some pics going?
it's kind of cool. Blue Dragon is kind of an
Sam is
Akira
pulling up a picture.
Toriyama style art.
What?
Kind of. It's kind of just
wow,
this,
that is Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, I don't know if it was actually Akira Toriyama, but it was definitely an RPG, kind of inspired in this art style.
Oh my god, I
Blue Dragon X360. I want you to look at the cover art and tell me this isn't bringing you back somewhere.
Listen, this is crazy because I never touched it. I never played it, especially the way that dragon looks right there,
like a stand.
There was a manual in one of my video games that was for, you know how they would have like ads in like old games?
Oh yeah.
It was for Blue Dragon, and I thought it looked so fucking cool. And I remember like thinking I gotta get Blue Dragon one day. Never played it.
Never played it.
Wow, dude, that's bringing back memories.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had ever heard of it or ever played it.
Yes,
but definitely a game that reminds me of you. I only rented it. Probably from Blockbuster.
Shout out to Blockbuster, baby. Come on now.
But I remember it was okay, to be honest. Yeah. I don't even know who developed it. I don't know anything really I could tell you about it. I just remember playing it and being like, okay, I want to get back to this someday. Yeah. Never did. You know what I mean?
Let's play it.
Let's do it, bro. We got Star Fox Command. This is on...
What? What's so funny?
So I have the systems written on this list. And I wrote DS, but it autocorrected to Disturb.
Disturb. It literally says Disturb. That's kind of badass.
Like, it's D.
That should have been
/STURB.
That's badass.
All caps. I don't know how that even happened.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
So on the DS, Star Fox Command.
That also stands for the Disturb. Don't forget.
Yes, sir.
Can't forget about
17 years ago, 2006. Josh, have you played this game? Are you a Star Fox guy? What's the deal?
To be honest, man, I think when it comes to Nintendo games, I've completely missed Star Fox. I wish I could be more into it. I missed 64. I literally
bummer.
I know, and I even missed. They had Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube.
Yeah, that's divisive as fuck.
It's very divisive, but I missed it. I was huge. Exactly, but I was huge into Nintendo by the time of the GameCube. I just remember not getting it and not playing it. It literally missed me. 3DS came out. They had the remake of 64. Yeah. Missed it again. I just never got it. And then, boom, to this day, they made Star Fox, what was that new one on Wii U? Dude. Foxfire? What was that called?
No.
Dude.
I didn't play that one, but I know what you're talking about.
Research.
The last Star Fox game I played. I'm gonna look it up right now. Look it up.
Yeah.
The last Star Fox game I played was Star Fox Assault. That was on the GameCube.
Oh, Assault? Yeah, was that before or after Adventure? That was after, right?
Yeah, that was after.
Because they had a Crystal in it, and Crystal was from Adventure.
Crystal's from Adventure,
yes.
Yeah. Assault was spectacular.
Yeah.
Assault had great multiplayer. That, to me, was like... Oh, this is definitely an ode to Star Fox 64. Which is an incredible game, by the way.
Star Fox Zero, by the way.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Zero.
Yeah, for sure. They marketed the shit.
They marketed the shit. They put a lot of effort into it, and it got bogged down by the motion controls. Apparently, that's what I heard. And it was really hard to play because the gamepad was like the way you aimed, but also where you look through, and then the TV was where you controlled. And
I'm
like, that's so
Sounds
much.
kind of like too much.
Why do all that? I get it. It's like you want to use.
It's almost
your
like
console.
trying to make the Wii U an actual DS.
Exactly.
Where you're looking at two screens at the same time.
But come on, no one like if you're making it so that you have to do that, it's just not. At what point is it just not fun?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So no, absolutely.
No disrespect on Star Fox.
Long story short, we never played that game.
Never.
Okay.
Nope.
Star Fox Command. I mean, moving on. Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars.
PC. 11 years ago, 2012. Josh, have you ever played Guild Wars?
I've never touched it.
Never.
Never.
Are you familiar with it?
No, not a good amount, but I know essentially what it is.
Okay.
You know?
So it's essentially like World of Warcraft, heavily inspired.
Right.
Kind of runs probably a little closer though to Final Fantasy 14, the online one.
The MMO.
And just like classes running around the world, monsters, quests, making guilds, PvP, all this stuff. So was a big competitor, probably still is.
Is it still going?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. But I don't know. I remember there was a lot of hype for this game.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. This was like a very, very hype thing for years, was the sequel.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Guild Wars 2 is still up. So, like, they're not... I don't think there's Guild Wars 3. I
was going to ask if
they're still running on it. And, I mean, it came out 11 years ago, so...
And there's a lot of MMOs that you'd be so surprised are still going on.
Dude, I know.
Like Final Fantasy, we just talked about that last time.
Yeah.
14.
Yep.
Still going on.
Yeah. And so this came out a year before that one did.
Nice.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2. Anyways, moving on, we got Ratchet and Clank Collection.
Oh.
This is on the PS3. This was 11 years ago in 2012. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That is crazy.
The collection of the games is now 11 years old.
Wow, that's wild. So
What
I
goes
want
in your head?
to ask you first because you've played these games. The original. Yeah. I love the remake.
Yeah.
I love that one, and then I love. I just started. What's it called? Rift Apart.
Rift Apart.
Just started it
on PS5.
Love it. Beautiful. Incredible. I love the style. I love the way Insomniac makes their weapons. I've only played 3 different series from Insomniac, which was I played
Jet Force Gemini?
No, not Jet Force Gemini. I almost said that though.
Like, where are you going?
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same vibe though, right? Can you see where I got lost?
No.
You can please Jet Force Gemini, Sunset Overdrive. That's got the same vibe. Whatever. Anyway.
Or maybe.
No, I didn't mean gameplay wise.
Yeah.
Just the way.
I'm stuck on the cover art. I'm looking at gameplay and I'm like, what the fuck?
But I played.
That's to Rare, bro.
Sunset Overdrive. Love the weapon system in there. Spider-Man, clearly. Spider-Man Miles Morales and the DLC. All that. Incredible. The way they do the gadgets. Weapons are so fun to use. And then Ratchet and Clank. Incredible. So I just wanted to ask you because you played the OGs.
Yeah.
I never had.
I have I got fond memories of the first Ratchet and Clank. I remember my uncle had a PS2 that he would just let me use whenever I came to the house. He actually had a modded one, so he had all these games. Yeah,
Uncle's a G. What the heck?
I was really young. Like for reference, Ratchet and Clank the OG came out in 2002. I don't know if you know that.
I did not.
But
know
it's pretty old. So
old.
This is 10 years after that.
That was on the what?
So now that's 21 years ago. That was on PS2.
PS1?
PS2.
Oh, PS2.
So that OG Ratchet and Clank, kind of meant to be more of PlayStation's more adult-themed take on Mario 64. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So it was a platformer with a story and a collect-a-thon all together.
Sure.
A big part of it, though, that's very different from Ratchet and Clank now.
The remakes?
Is which... As Josh said, the remakes are exceptional.
So good.
I would say Ratchet and Clank now, the OG collection, not really worth playing.
Not even worth checking out. Wow.
Honestly, if you want to experience Ratchet and Clank, just play the 2 modern ones because they've completely rebooted what it is and how fun it is. It's still Ratchet and Clank to the core. It's just way more streamlined.
Sure.
One of the things in the original Ratchet and Clank was... And I don't know if you knew this at all or anything if we talked about it, but Ratchet and Clank, for reference, they're the main characters.
Yeah.
Ratchet is like a lemur, right?
He's a Lovat.
Lovat.
It's
like a made up.
It's a made up
race,
species.
right?
Yeah.
But he kind of looks like a lemur that can talk and he's got big ears.
He's like a cat kind of lemur thing. Yeah.
And Clank is a little robot that is like on his back, like a backpack, just like Banjo-Kazooie. Okay.
Right.
But in the OG, they hated each other.
What?
Hated each other. They're riffing on each other constantly.
No
Clank's
way.
a little bitch. Ratchet is constantly complaining about everything. And
Dude, that's
why do I have to do this? Yeah. Their dynamic is very different from now. They're best friends.
I was going to say, that is almost the complete opposite of what they are.
Right.
Because in this new one, they keep talking about how much they're best friends, how much they care about each other.
It's a much more lighter tone now. And
it's almost like a heartwarming tone.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like,
and it honestly changes how you feel when you play the game.
Wow.
Like, there's something I think like about the OG where like after a while, it's kind of different because the one that came out on PS4 years ago, that is basically a direct remake of Ratchet and Clank 1. Like a lot of the same worlds and everything and enemy types and story, what happens, Quark, right? What is it? Captain Quark?
Captain Quark, and then there was Dr. What was his name?
Shivitsabutsky.
That's the one! I didn't think I was going to remember it, but you remembered it.
No, I have no idea what his
I don't remember. But you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. The big head.
The big head,
yeah. Megamind, basically.
Whatever. Same vibe.
No, it's just like a much more positive tone now, and it's way better.
Absolutely.
In all regards.
I mean,
fantastic series.
It sounds.
It's kind of fun that that game is now 21 years old.
It's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you sure it's 21?
It came out in 2002. The original Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
That would make it 22.
Oh
no, when I was thinking it was 2024. Dude, that's so funny though.
It
definitely is.
I'm giving you no credit. Okay. Tales of Symphonia. GameCube. 20 years ago in the year 2003.
Well, it'd be 21.
Josh, this is 21? What are you talking?
Fucking with you.
We're still on that. I'm so lost
kidding.
now.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
So this game is one of my favorite. This is probably like for what Chrono Trigger was for me being really young, like grade school.
Yeah.
My middle school GameCube experience, right, with Sunshine, all that.
Yeah.
Tales of Symphonia was my middle school RPG game.
Okay.
I loved this game. This is an exceptional fucking game. A 2-disc game. A GameCube game.
2 discs.
With 2 discs.
What?
My guy. Fucking... I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I feel confident in that. Pretty sure the game had 2 discs.
2 discs, probably.
Very, very long. Yeah, look up like that.
I'm looking
that
up
box art.
I'm looking up the picture.
Just a very deep story, big RPG, huge world. Wow. It takes like 100 hours to beat this game.
100?
Yes, has a very
on GameCube.
Very,
it's on GameCube.
Wow. Yeah, very, very. It's not a lighthearted game.
Oh,
it's very
serious
deep. It
tone?
has a lot to do with like religion, kind of like fallen angels, and like kind of like serving, like having like a whole. The whole meaning of life is having this religion carry out to save the world, finding out all of it's a lie.
Wow.
Like. Just so it's like an anime as a video game.
Wow. And you played that in middle school, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds like quite the experience, I'll tell you that much.
Amazing game.
Did you know there's a remake?
Oh yeah.
Remaster?
Yeah,
on Switch. And Xbox One
it's actually
and PS4.
the second time it's been remade or remastered because they had a remastered one come out on PS3.
Is it good?
Exceptional.
Really?
Exceptional.
Like the remaster is good too?
Yeah.
Wow.
It still holds up today.
Do you think I would enjoy it? What do you think? I feel like you know me well enough.
Yeah, it's. I feel like you would, but I feel like the game has pacing issues. If I'm being honest, so
are they not streamlined in the remaster?
No, because it's not a remake. It's just they up-resed it.
Right, I know.
It's like they have made it.
So
more
it's
like,
basically the same game.
It's literally the same game.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has pacing issues in my opinion. I would say it's almost a masterpiece.
Sure.
But it's very long. So if you're not fully on board for like this long experience, which I think nowadays you just got to be selective with what you're doing. I feel like there's probably some modern games that are better now.
Yeah.
But I would say Tales of Symphonia is if you have the time and the interest, it is worth.
You know what I might do?
Very worth.
You know what I might do? I might not play it.
Yeah.
But I might just watch a video on it. Like the lore and all that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, because if you did that, you'd be sucked in.
That's what I'm saying. And also, I've had moments where the lore has gotten me into the games, and then I play them after I know kind of what's going on, and I'm like, oh, this is good.
It has like a very interesting battle system where it's active. Okay, so it's all on the fly. It's live. It's not turn-based.
Right.
But it has a 3D plane, but you're only locked onto one enemy at a time, and it's 2D. So basically, if the enemies
what?
okay, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I feel like I'm learning physics right
Imagine you're in a circle, okay, and there's 3 enemies on the screen.
Yep.
The camera is tilted. It's semi-bird's eye view, kind of 2.5D, so you can see all the enemies, but they're kind of behind each other, right? And then you're automatically locked onto one, and you move left and right. You don't move in a 3D plane. Okay. You only move left and right towards that enemy. And then if you want to change your trajectory or who you're fighting, you hold the R button or whatever. You lock onto it'll pause, and you lock onto a different enemy. Right. Now you're fighting him, and you go in line with that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
And there's a
sounds
party
interesting.
system. And you know what actually made it really, really fun for being a kid and on the GameCube? It was multiplayer.
What?
So
couch?
Only couch. Right?
Wow.
So imagine this: you're playing this extensive, like a Xenoblade style game.
Right.
You have your buddies with you,
Yeah.
and you have the controller. You are going through the world, doing everything, playing it like it's your own RPG. But when you're in battle, it's multiplayer. So instead of you controlling all 4 of your party members, your buddies are controlling your party members.
That's wild.
On the fly.
Let me think if there's anything I can relate that to, because it sounds very unique.
Very unique. Extremely unique. And I had friends who were into the game. So we literally played this and we were like, dude, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Sword and Shield didn't they do that?
Pokemon?
Maybe I'm wrong. No. There's a game that's so similar to that where you literally control one person.
Yeah.
And then once you get into combat,
Are you
there's
talking
two
about
of
Sword
you.
of Mana?
No.
Or
It was a more recent game.
okay.
So I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Sure.
Please.
Mario Superstar Baseball. Speaking of Mario sports games.
Mario
This was on
Sporties.
the GameCube. We mentioned Super Sluggers last week, which was on the Wii, but this was the original Mario baseball game. So
Yes.
this didn't come out in the 64. Like most of the Mario sports games originated on the 64 and then had sequels later.
Had sequels after
But on the GameCube was home to Strikers for soccer and baseball, right?
Yeah.
Did you play this
Sluggers.
game? This is 18 years ago, by the way, 2005.
So yes, I played it. Would I say I got into it beyond playing it as like with my siblings?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very much so. You know, I played it. I have very fond memories of Sluggers and Strikers, which I both loved on the GameCube.
Fuck yeah.
But I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. Like I don't even know if, to be honest, if there's a story mode. Is there?
I don't know.
I
don't remember.
That's okay.
I remember playing it when it first came out.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Same here, but there's not much I can say on it. But I remember loving it. Big time loving it.
Same.
Thinking it was really
it's
good.
probably the sports game I have the least memories of.
There you go.
I remember golf well.
Golf, tennis.
All those.
What else was there?
Strikers was
Strikers
phenomenal.
is so fun.
What a fun
Yeah.
fucking game.
That-
Even by yourself.
I remember, exactly. I remember loving it too because the artwork was so different than other Mario games.
Yeah.
Like
and
it
it
was
almost
literally
didn't it almost feel like anime when you're making those
dude.
goal strikes.
Those
You're like,
strikes are insane. They
boom!
literally are anime
Luigi's
style.
on fire, bro.
Literally.
That's what I mean.
It's crazy. Yeah. What else we got?
All right, moving on. This is I know both of us have not played this game. We probably never will play this game.
True.
But it is relevant to us because we are huge Xenoblade fans.
Huge.
So the title of this is crazy.
Let's hear it.
Xenosaga Episode 3. Also Sprock Zarathustra.
Repeat that one more time.
Yep, I'm going to have you look at that
I'm
right
actually
real
gonna
quick,
read that.
And I want you to read it.
I'm going to read it out loud. Are you listening? So this says Xenosaga Episode 3. Also Sprock. Zanathasta. What the fuck is that?
That's
sounds like they had an
I thought it was a
aneurysm
joke, but I
halfway
looked
through.
up the cover art, and that's word for word what
It's
it is.
called Also
Sprock Zarathustra.
Huh.
Released on PS2 17 years ago.
Wow.
In 2006.
Ooh.
This was the last Xenosaga game.
Yeah.
It is a part of the Xeno universe.
Yes. The Xenoverse.
Which we're not going to get deep into because that is an entire episode and a half. Is talking about Xenoblade.
Maybe
as a
three.
whole.
Maybe
three. I'm not kidding.
Call it Xenoverse Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
So this was. They had severe limitations on kind of what this director wanted to do with the series, which, spoilers, Xenoblade is what he wanted to do
That is
the
true.
whole time.
That is true.
But they were so limited on the power of the PS2, the development costs, which are getting increasingly high.
Right.
Most of I think this is a multi-disc game, and I don't know a ton about it, so feel free to write in or correct me. But
Sure, please do.
This game had mostly cutscenes over gameplay, especially in the later half of the game.
Yes.
Because he just wanted to get the storytelling
That's
across.
so interesting.
And it was just too much.
Yeah.
It was too much for the team to handle.
I believe it.
In the amount of time and the budget, I think they ran out of
money
and time.
Understandably.
So they just had to spit this out.
I gotta say, to anyone who hasn't played any of the games in the Xenoverse, yeah, I'm coining that. I like that.
I love that.
I gotta say, they are incredible. Story heavy, very, very much so. Very ambitious.
Yes.
I would say my mind was first blown when I played Xenoblade 3D because it was so unbelievably like deep, and it was a 3DS game. Technically a new Nintendo 3DS. Do you remember how that was an exclusive?
Dude,
Yeah, it was
I
the only,
remember.
I mean, there might have been another one, but it was like maybe one of two exclusive to the new Nintendo 3DS.
Where it literally said it on the game cover, like the new and like.
It said only on.
Yep.
Crazy shit, by the way. Crazy as fuck. But no, let's keep going.
Yeah, we got Spider-Man on the PSX. PS1.
PS1.
23 years ago, in the year 2000.
The OG Spidey?
OG Spidey.
Was it the one based on the Tobey Maguire ones? Is that the one? Right?
Wasn't Tobey Maguire 2001?
When was this one come out?
2000. I think this is the OG.
You're right.
I think there was a Spider-Man game released before this.
Yes.
This is their second self-titled Spider-Man game.
Yes.
So this is the one we were swinging around on the web. I think it's the same game that was on the N64 for the most part.
Yeah.
So it had like, that was the cover,
right? With the nighttime.
Crawling.
Yeah.
You had all these costumes in the game. I think you could get.
Not much to say about it because I don't know it too well. But love Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man video games.
Yes, bro.
They're so good.
Big Spider-Man fan.
Me too.
Over here, but Josh is honestly one of the biggest Spider-Man fans I've ever met.
I'd probably say I'm the biggest Spider-Man fan besides like Azzy, who's huge into it.
Yes, bro, for sure.
That I know.
Definitely.
And Adriel loves it too. We have a friend named Adriel. We all love some Spidey.
We've got Pikmin 2 on the GameCube, 19 years ago, 2004. I only played Pikmin 1 about halfway through, but it's been a series I've kind of followed for a while. Josh, you got anything to say on this?
This is actually one of the games that I want to get into.
Yeah.
One of the series that I still haven't.
Yeah.
But I really, really intend to. Yeah. I think it seems like my kind of game.
Next, I got Valkyrie Chronicles 2 on PSP 13 years ago, 2010.
Valkyrie Chronicles
2. Yep, on PSP. You ever play this game?
I did not. No, I missed the PSP. So any games?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I didn't have a PSP until PS Vita.
Yeah,
that was
PSP was a high school boy for me. I got my PSP when I was a freshman, and very, very fond memories. Yeah. So that was one of the first like RPGs.
You played it then?
I did a little bit. It's kind of like a very fast-paced hack and slash RPG.
What?
Yeah, that side scroller.
Sounds pretty cool.
It was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. My buddy had it, but it didn't seem like it had a lot of depth to it.
Sure.
And I wasn't really interested in the story.
Sure.
I've heard good things though. Not the dog, but you know.
No disrespect.
Josh, this is a game that I don't know if you've heard of it. I don't know if you've played it. I want to know.
I might not have.
Hatsune Miku Project Diva F.
Hatsune Miku?
Hatsune Miku.
Wow.
On PlayStation Vita 11 years ago in 2012.
I missed it. Unfortunately, yes.
Really?
Well, because I didn't have a PS Vita.
You should look it up.
No, I definitely should.
It's an anime style rhythm game.
So I don't know if you know. I mean, obviously, you know, you kind of have to if you are kind of into anime. But Hatsune Miku, very, very popular. She kind of started the whole. She's a virtual. What's the word for it?
Like pop star.
Yeah, a virtual pop star.
idol.
But there's like a name for it. It's a V. No. I don't know.
No idea.
Hatsune Miku. No, I've never played the game.
I'm not
though.
sure.
Was it good? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was all right.
What's the name of the
have
game?
the original one, and I just got it in a whim. It was cheap at GameStop.
Right.
And I like rhythm games, so I was like,
me too.
oh, okay, this is cool.
What's the game called?
Hatsune Miku Project Diva F.
Diva F.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious if you played it.
Have not, but I know Hatsune Miku.
Cool.
And she has one of the funniest voices.
Yeah.
I love that voice, dude. It's so funny.
I know.
It's like, it like has like this almost like auto tune to it.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it so much.
That, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
Moving on, we got Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers. That is the full title of this game, by the way.
Quite the name, I will say.
I'll say it again. Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers. This released on the 3DS 11 years ago in 2012.
Okay, so I know it, but I don't know what I'm thinking of. Shinigami Tensei though. I've heard that name.
Persona.
Oh, is that what it is?
It is.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So is it a Persona series?
It's part of the series? So Shin Megami Tensei is the series,
Right.
and then Persona is a sub-series of Shin Megami Tensei.
Right.
Not the other way around.
Yes.
Persona is just the most mainstream ones we
one.
have,
Interesting.
especially in the West.
Yeah.
And it might even have taken over for mainstream in Japan.
Could have
too.
I mean, I think it would.
I know Persona 5 is huge over there.
Absolutely.
Same thing with 3. They came out with a movie.
Absolutely.
Persona 3.
Yeah, all the Personas.
And
too.
spoiler alerts. Persona 3 remake is coming.
Whoa!
So we will get into that
We'll talk
this
all about
episode.
that. Yes, we will.
But
Yes, we will.
the name was so long, and I wanted to play this game. Never got it though.
Never
and
got
I
it.
wondered if you'd even heard of it.
I know,
the
obviously, of Shin Megami Tensei because that's the name of the persona. Like, that's the thing. But never played it. No.
Cool.
Never did.
Cool. Well, next up, this is irony.
Uh-oh.
The Messenger.
Oh!
On Nintendo Switch and PC 5 years ago into
Wow.
2018.
So they released it the same week that they did
5
years ago
later.
with Sea of Stars.
Yep.
Wow,
Isn't that
very
cool?
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
love that.
Fucking
Very
sick.
cool shit.
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain.
4 years ago,
Dude.
2019.
Did you play it?
I only played the intro bit,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I really wanted to play it with a friend or with a partner because of the co-op aspect, which I heard is really good.
Yeah.
But that is still on my list of games to play. Josh,
Dude.
what's your take?
So when it first came out, so it's done by. Do you know the name of the studio?
It's Dunban.
It's Dunban. Dunban.
Yes, I do. It's Platinum Games.
Platinum Games,
Yep.
yes, which was huge because they just did Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Which was massive.
Well, I mean, they didn't just do Nier
no.
Automata.
No.
Automata.
Automata. Or Automata. I don't know which the right one is.
I usually say Automata.
Will someone message us and tell us how you're supposed to
is
either pronounce it or the way that you would? That'd be nice.
Actually, do me a favor. Don't write in.
Actually?
It's Automata.
It's Automata.
That's just.
It's Automata, bro. I'll stand on that hill and I'll die there too.
Okay.
But I love Astral Chain.
Yes,
very
bro.
good. I played probably more than halfway. Never finished it. I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But seriously, some of the most fun combat on the Nintendo Switch
really
game.
deep, right?
Yes.
Oh, and Switch too. I mean, that's a thing.
It's the best looking. Okay, it's one of the best looking Switch games
For sure.
If you take out Zelda, it runs really well.
Yeah. Doesn't it run 60?
60 FPS,
Yeah.
and it looks beautiful. It
yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah, bro.
I genuinely was so impressed when I was playing it. Still, to this day, I think it holds up as a Switch game. Combat's fun. Characters were interesting. It wasn't like the most insane depth story.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of turned most people off. But honestly, if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. And I fucked with it.
Yeah, bro.
I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much. Really good.
Platinum Games they have just a really good track record now.
Absolutely.
I think like one of the first Platinum Games games that I knew of that really just stuck out to me was it was the Metal Gear Solid series. It was Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're playing as shit. I'm not like super familiar with the Metal Gear series, but it's
I don't know either.
it's the other guy, it's not Snake who you're playing.
Liquid.
It's not Liquid. No.
The blonde guy?
It's fuck, my buddy Caleb is going to kill
He's
me
gonna
right
actually
now.
crucify
He's
you.
actually going to crucify
You're
me
gonna
right
get
now.
crucified.
It's the guy with the silver hair and
with the pistol?
I can't remember.
Fuck, it's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Look it up, please, because
I will.
I'm not kidding. Caleb will shoot me through this microphone.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
Now. But Revengeance was. Have you seen that game? Have you seen gameplay on it?
Oh my god, with Raiden. Raiden, yeah.
Raiden?
Yeah. We're Raiden, yeah.
Okay.
It's Automata.
Okay. Yeah.
It's definitely Automata.
Yeah, you would say Raiden.
Yes,
Okay.
that game is badass.
Dude, yes.
I'm trying to find it because, so my friends had it when I was younger.
Right.
I never played, I mean, I played it.
Right.
But, like, the combat is so fucking cool.
Yeah, and it's not on modern consoles.
It isn't.
No, it's
I'm
not
trying
on
to find
PS5.
it.
It's not on PS4.
Yeah.
It's not on X. Like you
Anything.
can get it as on Xbox as a backwards compatible game.
Probably.
But it's 360,
Yeah.
PS3, and PC.
Dude.
So the best way to play it is on PC.
Probably on PC.
Yeah.
You think it's on Steam?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not kidding. I'm
No, for
looking.
sure.
I've been looking
It's on
for
Steam.
it to try and play it.
Yeah.
I want to
No,
play
you should.
it. I will.
So, anyways, this isn't even about that.
Yes.
It's more like Platinum Games just has like just a really good repertoire and reputation now of games that they've made that are just seriously top quality. They can get their games to just run so optimized on whatever console it's for and look amazing. And Nier Automata is honestly an exceptional fucking game in all aspects, and that probably Platinum Games' most prideful game.
Absolutely,
to be honest.
I would say I second that 1,000%.
Yeah, bro. So Astral Chain, same guys.
So good.
Crash Bandicoot.
Ooh.
PlayStation 1.
OG.
27 years ago.
OG.
1996.
27?
27.
Holy shit.
96, my guy.
Holy shit.
You play Crash 1?
No, the most I've played of Crash 1 is there's a section on Uncharted 4 where you can play Crash Bandicoot.
Right, I heard about that.
Yeah. And it's pretty fun, but it feels a little dated.
Yeah, I played it. I never played Crash 1 OG at all.
Sure.
I did play the
the new one.
The new one. Like, what is it, the trilogy?
Remaster? Yeah,
right,
the trilogy.
the trilogy collection. The Insane Trilogy is what it's called.
Insane Trilogy, right, yeah. Yeah.
I am not kidding you. That game is terrible.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
And
feeling.
This is a full dog to the Crash fans because I'm not kidding. What the fuck is that game?
No, it's not
some of
good.
the worst checkpoint system and difficulty spikes I have ever seen.
If you want to say that there's a freaking like camera issue with Super Mario 3D World, try fucking playing Crash Bandicoot.
Seriously.
What is that like?
Dude.
Like so for anyone who doesn't know, Crash Bandicoot is it's not a 3D platformer. What the fuck would you describe
It's like a 2.5D platformer. They do use 3D elements because you can move in a 3D plane. Yeah, right?
You can.
But the camera angle is always fixed.
It's set. Yes. It's a fixed camera angle, and depth perception is dog shit.
Right.
You can't tell where the fuck you're landing.
Bro. I got probably halfway through the game. I don't even really know, but there's a level infamously called the bridge.
Yes. Yeah, with the turtles?
Yes.
Right?
Bro.
Yeah.
Where the camera is behind you, and you're not going on a bridge left to right. You're going back to front. Yeah. Like you're going forward.
Why is
and
it
because of the depth perception, you can't tell anything. I was almost trying to cheat the level by jumping up on the rail and shit, but it is stupid hard, bro.
If anyone likes
my goodness, so
Crash
frustrating.
Bandicoot, please, like, even just in our real lives, let us know why you enjoy it.
I want to know. OG Dark Souls, perhaps?
True.
Damn.
True.
All right. Elder Scrolls Chapter 2 Daggerfall launched in the PC 27 years ago.
27. It's as old as Crash?
96. What? Same year, bro. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Did you play any of the Elder Scrolls besides Skyrim?
So is Daggerfall the one where it's an infinite world? The world is infinite?
I don't know anything about Daggerfall or the first Elder Scrolls.
Okay, so legendarily, I'm going to look this up to make sure, because we don't have a Jamie who can look things up for us. So
where's our AI, bro?
Yo, where's our AI? I never touched the OGs. I remember my older sibling loved Morrowind, which is right before Skyrim. Did you ever touch that one?
I did touch Morrowind a little bit.
Did you like it, or what'd you think?
I liked it. Yeah,
I've heard it's goofy. I've heard it's very goofy.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a more dated.
Oh, Morrowind is not before Skyrim. It's right before Oblivion.
Oh, well, Morrowind is 3, and then Oblivion's 4.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
I think it might be, dude, Elder Scrolls. There's an Elder Scrolls game, and this is just one of the craziest things that I found out. There's a game where the map is like one of the biggest maps. It's like, I swear, if it's not Daggerfall, it's another game. Dude, it's like got the largest map ever. It's got one of the biggest maps ever made. Yes, it's the size of like Europe or something.
Shit.
Because the way that they use it is they had this technology that was kind of similar to the way Minecraft is. It's randomly generated. This is exactly the one.
That is it.
It is Daggerfall. So there's specific kingdoms that exist. And I don't know if you've seen the graphics on it. They're dog shit.
Yeah,
they look like shit.
Isn't it top down?
No.
It's same.
Yeah.
Like
it's
first person?
First person. But it is literally like there are videos of people like walking across this map, and it just takes so fucking long. Crazy stuff.
Kind of looks like
crazy
RuneScape.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that one picture I just said.
Well, moving on, Mega Man Legends on the
Yeah.
PlayStation 25 years ago in 1998. Josh, you ever play Mega Man Legends?
I never did, but that's the one that's like the anime style, right?
Yeah, in
Kind of like with
3D.
the kid. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And you're like kind of like going through places.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's 3D poly.
Yeah.
Right? Great things. Great reviews.
Did you play it?
No.
Okay.
But like anybody who's big Mega Man and the big Mega
They
Man
love it.
fandom, I feel like this is a top game.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I'm a new Mega Man fan.
Yeah.
So when I obviously I played what I could play when I was a kid,
Yeah.
which was Mega Man 10, which they released on the Wii. I don't know if you played that one.
I didn't.
They reverted to the original style.
Are we talking
they
X
used
or 10?
No, 10. Because Mega Man X is its own series.
That's its own thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's its own series. But with Mega Man 10, it came out when the Wii was coming out, but they just reverted
my bad,
back to
because
that
Final
style.
Fantasy is Final Fantasy X, but it's actually 10.
It's actually
you know
10.
What I mean?
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
just strange,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, absolutely.
Hate it.
So I'm trying to get into Mega Man. So all these are actually very important because I want to know which are truly good. I just bought the X collection.
Okay.
So Mega Man X Collection 1 and Mega Man X Collection 2, they had a sale where they're both like $10. And I was like, I'll pick that shit up
bro.
because I'm still loving the
Did you get
original.
on Steam or on
No,
Switch?
no, Switch.
Nice.
Honestly,
Yeah.
optimal place to play it because like
Dude,
you can just chill in
if
your
I
bed.
can, I want everything on my Switch.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's possible to be played, because
Yes.
I tried to, dude. I got the Switcher. You ever played The Witcher on Switch? Holy shit, dude!
Wait,
The
my
Witcher
brain
3.
couldn't process
The
what
fact that I said
like I'm
Switcher.
like, wait, was it actually the Switcher? That's clever,
Dude.
How does it run?
Terrible.
Really?
It's like 20 FPS.
Yeah, no.
horrible.
No,
like
that's kinda
it
what I
literally
thought.
is like scaled down so bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a little bit of it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Yeah,
Okay.
I played the first couple missions and then.
No, that would be a
So hard.
very, very strict 60 for me, or I'm not playing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A big game like that, especially, it's got to look nice.
Yeah.
It's got to look nice. I don't care how like if I want it portable. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry about
no,
that.
in what world would I really want to be on an airplane playing
Exactly.
that game?
Playing Switcher.
I would rather be playing literally anything
Mega
else.
Man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Mega Man.
The Mega Man Legacy
all right.
Collection.
I don't know if you've heard of this game, Josh.
Which one are we thinking?
Suikoden 2
Never
on
heard
the
of it.
PlayStation 1 24 years ago in 1999.
I have not heard of it.
It's actually renowned to be one of the best classic JRPGs of all time.
Really?
By a large number of people.
Wow.
The reviews are really high.
Huh.
Yeah, it's made by Konami. It's a Konami
Oh,
RPG.
wow.
Yeah. And
That's really crazy.
yeah, Suikoden was their first play into it, and that was like received pretty well. But Suikoden 2 kind of like, and because it's 1999, right? So this
Right.
is like just these more classic games, and this is PS1.
Sure.
And it's pixel art, so it's
Right.
not like all
3D
these
at all.
games are trying to go into this 3D
Right,
kind of
right.
thing.
Yeah.
They didn't do that, and one of the big selling points of the game
Mm.
is I believe there's over somewhere around 50, maybe even 100 characters
Mm.
that you can recruit and get.
50 to 100?
Characters in an RPG that you only have several that you can have at one
What the
time.
fuck is
battling.
up with that?
I have no idea, but apparently it's crazy.
That sounds
And it's
insane.
like World War shit.
Wow.
It doesn't take place in
Yeah.
like, medieval times
Right,
and stuff. It's
right.
kind of like modernized a little bit
Yeah,
in
yeah.
like World War One era, I want to say.
Interesting.
Yeah. World War One. But I actually didn't play it, so I don't know a ton about it. I just
Okay.
know it's received extremely well.
very well loved.
And on that note, Suikoden 1 and 2 are being remade completely by Konami right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's in the process of,
It's in the process
being cooked
of
out.
that's something I'm really excited for.
Absolutely.
So, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Let's go.
PlayStation 1, 24 years ago
Real
in
shit.
1999. Did you play this game?
I did.
Yeah. me
Maybe
too.
no. I think I played 2. To be honest, yeah.
2 is great.
Yeah, true.
2 is really
2,
good.
I absolutely
One's
loved.
just such an icon, though.
I think that I didn't. I don't think I had it, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Because once you have 2, you don't need the first one.
No, of course.
That's the
not.
thought
Yeah.
process of a child.
Great game.
Good.
Metroid Other M on the Wii 13 years ago, 2010. Josh, you play this game.
I have. Kind of. So I have it. I have
M
it.
or
I have it.
Oh.
Other
Other.
Yes, I played it a little bit. To be honest, I didn't get far.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of issues with it, and I think a lot of them come down to the gameplay is halted by the story instead of being it kind of pushed up by it, which is kind of an issue because Metroid Prime is legendarily a masterclass of visual storytelling.
Masterclass, bro.
Yeah.
And that game came out before this one.
Exactly.
Right?
And so people were very much expecting that. But from what I've seen and what I've heard about Other M, the style switches. Sometimes it'll be like a 2D. Sometimes it'll be a 3D.
Exactly.
And it just got to a point where it was like these things were happening and then the story was there. And then it was just like, it was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
If other mess.
And there's kind of this... Really, it's just done so well in terms of like freedom and open worldness and what you're able to do kind of in these Metroidvania games.
Right.
And Metroid Prime does that so well.
Masterclass
of a 3D game.
Absolutely.
Like, seriously. And this game completely went backwards in all of that. I remember playing, I was so excited for Other M, actually.
Me too. I was
like, I want this dual
Do you
kind
remember
of
those
2D.
trailers?
Yes,
remember those trailers?
Yes,
they were
bro.
The coolest.
And there is like this dialogue at the beginning, and it sucked me in. I remember I bought it.
Yeah,
when it came
I got
out.
it too.
After I got Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah.
And I played this game, and I got hard stuck. I was like trying to get past like the second section in the game or something for a while, and I literally couldn't go on further. And I remember feeling like, dude, I can't even explore.
Right, I can't
continue. I can't do anything because the game is barring me. It feels like a single player game I'm trying to play, and it just doesn't have that freedom anymore.
No, it doesn't, and I think that's why it didn't do too well, and
sure
might be even a testament to why, because I know they put a lot into marketing and a lot into the game costed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It might have been a testament for why we didn't see a lot of Metroid at all in the Wii U era and the 3DS era. We basically got nothing until the very end when Samus Returns came out, and that was when the Switch already existed.
Yeah.
And then, fuck it.
And then, fuck it, bro.
You know what? What can you do?
Nothing, bro.
You really can't do anything.
Mega Man 7. Ooh. On the Super Nintendo. 28 years ago in 1995. Nice. I honestly want to put this on the list. One, because I know you're a growing Mega Man fan right now.
Yes,
but two, because I think it's so... honestly impressive that Mega Man was one of these games that you saw many sequels to it per console during this era.
Huge.
So when like gaming, this is a time when gaming is still pretty niche.
Right.
Gaming is still, there's not big budgets.
Right.
Especially in the NES era.
Oh yeah.
There's like no budget. So the fact that Mega Man literally pumped out all these fucking games in such a small amount of time.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
No, it's so crazy too. I recommend playing them, especially on that Legacy Collection, because the difficulty is very much taken down because there's the rewind mechanic, which is not to sound like a baby gamer, but I'm gonna need that shit because Mega Man is hard as fuck.
Yes,
it's so hard.
It's so tough.
So
That's
difficult.
Usually why I don't play it.
But one of the best things is you see it truly evolve with the way. Like gaming, it starts and there's barely any story. You don't see a lot of stuff, and you see this like story evolve. The graphics don't get better, but it's like they know how to use the system. It gets optimized better, and so colors look more vibrant. The you know what I mean? They're bing bong boogity bop boom pow.
Yes,
that's what I'm thinking in my head.
I love the boom pow.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
This is kind of a whole roller coaster right here. You ready? Rayman, the OG Rayman, released on the Atari Jaguar 28 years ago in 1995. First of all, have you played Rayman? Or are you a Rayman fan?
No, I'm not a fan, but Rayman Legends I got on the Wii U and the Switch.
Yeah.
So they were both games I haven't played far, but I remember I've gotten them every single time since the Wii U.
Okay.
Which is only twice.
All right. Well, then, with that being said, the Atari Jaguar. You know anything about the Atari Jaguar?
So I don't know enough.
Yeah.
But I do know the Atari Jaguar.
It is.
So right next to us, I have
I'll point to the controller.
Please.
Yeah. Josh has this poster. It's a tiny poster on his door, and it has a controller from basically every mainline console that's ever come out.
Yep.
And the controller for it is if you go to the center of that poster, and then you go left, and there's that controller with like it looks like it has a numpad on it. go left, and it's
Oh
black.
yeah, at the very I see the
You
one.
see it? It's right next
It's
to
got
like
like
a
a
steering
dial.
wheel one.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the controller for the Atari Jaguar.
What the fuck is that thing supposed to do?
This was going to be. I did a little research last night because I didn't know much about the Jaguar either, right? So check this out. I did your research for you.
Oh.
This the Atari Jaguar Atari was creating this console to be like their next big console, okay? And they lowered the MSRP of this console dramatically. So it was $250 for this console.
Wow.
When most consoles were much more. At least $300, if not $354.
Yes.
And so they came out with this console, and this is the last console Atari ever made.
Wow.
It bombed bad.
What year did it come out?
Well, this game came out in 1995.
Okay.
So somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But this might have even been a launch game.
That's incredible, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
If you guys haven't, if you're interested, look up Atari Jaguar. The controller is very interesting. It's basically a really funky looking controller with a
That's incredible.
It has a numpad on it, like 1 through 9.
I recommend looking up a picture of it because it does not look like a modern console, like at all in any way. Very interesting though. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Very cool.
Next, we got Bomberman Hero on the Nintendo 64, 25 years ago, 1998. Josh, you ever play Bomberman or Bomberman Hero?
I'm not a Bomberman guy.
I am not a modern Bomberman guy.
But an OG.
So like the one that came out in the Switch, like Super Bomberman R.
Super Bomberman R. There's
a sequel coming out.
There is Super Bomberman R too. We'll talk about that.
Well, we will because Bomberman Hero is one of my favorite N64 games.
Wow.
It's a 3D collectathon Bomberman game.
Wow.
Yeah. And it has combat. It has all these things.
It's a platformer? Or
yes.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Platformer, and like it has a lot of combat, a lot of puzzle solving.
I'm loving that.
It's kind of a whole thing. And I
loved
loved it. I don't even know if this is a good game now.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I rented this. I never owned the game.
Absolutely.
But I just back-to-back rented this fucking 64 game.
Yeah,
and I loved it, man.
Absolutely.
So next up, we're almost through this list.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a big list of history.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Fire Emblem Thracia, 776.
I've never heard of Fire Emblem before, Sam.
Really?
Never.
Well, let me tell you. There's
Is it
25,000 games?
Oh, that's a lot of games.
So this came out on the Super Nintendo only in Japan 24 years ago, 1999.
On the SNES.
This is the game with Leaf as the main character. I don't know if you know who Leaf is from the Spirits.
I did. I mentioned that last episode.
You did.
I literally was asking. I said, "Is that the one with Leaf?"
Yep.
So this is actually
This is the game.
Yeah.
776.
We found
This is a fan-rated best game in the series, or one of the best games. I never played it, and because of that, I don't know a lot about Leaf. I just know Leaf is a very beloved character by fans, and that this is an exceptional game that we just never got.
People love it.
And we've gotten a lot of remakes now from the Marth's OG game, which we didn't get for a long time before we even got that game. Yeah. This is one of the ones that we have no English official release of this game at all.
So it's like a Mother 3 of
just like that. Fire Emblem. Yep.
Wow.
Next up, we got Pokemon Puzzle League.
Ooh.
N64, 23 years ago in 2000. Did you ever play this game?
I never did. I missed it. But did you?
I played the shit
out of
this game.
Love some
This
puzzles?
was my Tetris.
Really?
This game. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember getting to the end of the game, and I could not beat the game. It got so hard.
It was too difficult.
I just couldn't get
That's
you had to be really good about getting patterns lined up, and then
is it like Tetris?
Kind of. It's more simple.
Faller?
If I remember right, you only
Bless you. Oh my God, I
We have a
sneezed.
tradition around here where we say bless you to each other when we sneeze.
We do. It's a very strange tradition, and if you don't do it, you probably should.
Yeah, do it with us. Just sing along in your car. Repeat after me. Sneeze,
please.
bless you. Anyways, I think it has, instead of having Tetris uses different shapes and things for the game system.
Yeah.
So this game plays like Tetris where blocks will fall down, but they're types. So it'll be water, electric type, or rock, or psychic.
Sure.
And they fall down, and there's only 2 next to each other. So you can line them up top, or do the side,
Kind of like a Dr. Mario situation.
Yes, just like that.
Yeah.
So Dr. Mario, but Pokemon.
Gotcha.
And it had it was all interactive and shit. It was very cute.
Sounds cute.
Very
I
fun.
like that.
Yeah.
It was on N64.
You get it? It's like Puka.
I love it.
Yeah. It was on 64.
Yeah. Pikachu just sounded like Stitch just now when you did that impression.
Pokemon's family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
Look at that.
Guitar Hero 5.
Ooh.
PS2, PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360.
Oh my gosh.
Remember when there was an era, I don't know if you remember this,
Yeah, which one?
where PS2 still had games releasing for it
When the
for so long.
But that's always how they do it, right?
Yeah, but
When has
PS4
PlayStation
to
not done
PS5, I would say, is not PS2 to PS3.
You think so?
Yes. And there was even a time, I'm pretty sure we still had PS4. No, we couldn't have.
What?
It was during this era.
Were you going to try and say that?
I was going to say that they were
PS4
making PS2 and PS4 games,
way.
but it got close. It got really close.
That's wild.
That might even be true.
Well,
they
they're
might have
still
made PS4
doing
and
that,
PS2
though.
games.
They're doing that with the PS4.
Well, you think of it like this.
like 3 years
PS2
old.
is the best-selling console of all
Yes.
time. Did you know that?
Of all time?
Of all
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
PS2.
news to me.
Yeah, bro. So
Wow.
PS2 had they pumped out, they squeezed the fucking life out of that system, bro.
Of course.
But Guitar Hero 5 came out 14 years ago in 2009.
Wow.
And I must say, I am a massive Guitar Hero fan.
We love
Guitar Hero inspired me to play real
Play
guitar
guitar.
and learn how to
Which
play
you do.
guitar. Yeah.
Yes.
And Guitar Hero 5 was really,
Sammy plays
really
guitar.
fucking cool.
Dude,
Did
yeah.
you ever play this?
Yeah, I did it at my friend's house.
Yeah, bro.
Especially 5, I would say. I think it was on PS2.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was when I played it.
Yeah,
but
very huge, bro.
Yeah, massive. Guitar Hero felt like a phenomenon. Yeah. Like, it literally was so huge. when it
Everyone
happened.
talked about
Dude,
it.
I
Even if
also,
you didn't game.
No, absolutely. And that's the thing, is I didn't have a single PlayStation until I was much older. Much, much older. So I grew up on Nintendo.
Yeah.
And so when I'd go to my friend's house, Guitar Hero, so much fun. Love it. Love the music selection. So good. Never had it myself. But real quick, I don't want to get off topic, but did you hear what happened with like Guitar Hero and Guitar Hero Live?
No, what happened?
Okay, so apparently...
Maybe, but fill me in.
So essentially, it's pretty simple, to be completely honest. Guitar Hero is hard to sell because physical guitars are a necessity to play the game. You literally need that plastic guitar.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Which is kind of hard to sell a game because, like, hey, buy this entire piece of technology.
Yes, for sure.
And that novelty wears off after a while. You know, once you get something like a Wii, or once you get something kind of like everything's got motion controls. Nowadays, we have people who, if you want a motion control, maybe stick with a Switch. If you want, like, it's just not really a thing anymore.
For sure.
And so they tried to revive it recently with Guitar Hero Live. Did you play that game at all?
I did not play that game, but I know exactly what you're talking about because they came out with a brand new. It was a brand new style of guitar.
Yep.
I think they redesigned the buttons.
They redesigned the buttons. They redesigned the entire controller, the way that it worked, and the style that it was done.
They had 2 rows of buttons,
and so they had
6 buttons, but it was 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you never played it, but
no.
Okay.
I used to work at Fred Meyer though.
Oh yeah.
It's like a grocery store chain by Kroger that has an electronics section in it.
For anyone who doesn't know.
For anyone who doesn't know. And when I was there, the game came out, and I remember looking at it being like, oh, damn, kind of cool. However...
What year do you think that was?
Ooh,
you could probably think of it.
It's probably like around 2016.
2016?
Yeah,
that's
somewhere around there. But I remember not getting it specifically because I was married before.
Yes.
And in... the process of kind of like going through and like getting rid of old stuff, I got rid of my Guitar Hero stuff. And then later down the road, a couple years after being married, I just had this itch to get Guitar Hero again. So I went ham. I got the drum set. I got the guitar. I got 2 guitars. I got the whole band set up so I could play. Like me and my ex and other friends could come over.
Right.
That novelty lasted me maybe a month.
Really?
And then I never played it again.
Never touched them.
Yeah.
And then you had all those devices.
So and all the devices just sitting collecting dust in my garage, and I'm like, the novelty's gone. I'd rather play real instruments.
Exactly. You know? And that's, I think, the issue that came with the game's Guitar Hero. I don't think they can exist in a modern environment that we have here. You want to play guitar, play guitar. If you want to play a rhythm game that has motion controls, there are plenty out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember our friend of the show, Blade, in high school, he got it. he got Guitar Hero Live.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, everyone hates this game. This game's fucking awesome. And I love the way he always thought like that.
That's always
and it was
how
so,
Blade
I know, it's so Blade.
Everybody hates us.
He's like,
but they're all wrong, bro.
It's so fucking cool.
Shouts to Blade.
Dude, big shout outs to Blade. And he had the whole new guitar, and he had the whole game, and I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. But honestly, you know, the novelty wore off.
Yeah.
You know, we played it for maybe a month. We loved it. We loved it for like a solid month, maybe even longer than that. Maybe, you know, but it doesn't exist anymore.
No,
and
for
it's
sure.
not a thing.
Yeah.
So rest in
I'm glad to
peace
know I wasn't
to
alone in that.
no, absolutely. Rest in peace to Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
Love it.
Danganronpa, another episode. Ultra Despair Girls, released in the PlayStation Vita 8 years ago today in 2015.
Wow.
Did you ever play the Danganronpa series?
I still have not.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched I tried to watch the anime. I didn't get very far.
So I am a big Danganronpa fan.
Yes.
I have not watched the anime, but I have played all of the games.
Yes.
And this is a spin-off game.
Yes.
That it is canon, but it is a spin-off from, there's 3 mainline games of Danganronpa.
Yes.
And I would say this is a definite skip. In my
Really?
opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, you might as well just like look up what happens.
Kinda mid, or?
It's definitely mid gameplay. They turned Danganronpa is a visual novel game.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what that means, it's basically, imagine you take an anime and then you make that into a game. So it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of voice acting, and then it has a mystery solving element to it. So that's the only gameplay. But really, it's just a logic-based story game.
Totally.
Now, this spin-off game, they made it a third-person shooter.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you know this, but if your studio normally doesn't make third-person shooters,
Probably shouldn't.
you probably shouldn't. You know what I mean?
shouldn't.
So, gameplay was definitely mid, worse than mid, low tier, but story-wise, like, good. If you're a big fan, you know, get it, play it. It's got fan service, all the shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
But it's whatever. Danganronpa though, big shout outs. Next we got Marvel's Avengers, launched 3 years ago in 2020. It was really, really huge marketing for this game.
Massive.
Because this is Square Enix that made this game.
It was. Yes.
PS4 and Xbox One.
Yes.
What's your take?
Okay, so here's the thing with Marvel's Avengers. Personally, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Personally, I to be honest, I don't own it. I don't play it, but I've seen gameplay and I've heard what they were kind of pushing for it. A lot of microtransactions, skins,
It was
all those
free,
kind of things.
wasn't it?
No,
it
that's
wasn't?
the worst thing. Is they started at $60. Slowly trickled down, obviously,
For sure.
especially after reviews came in. Very slowly trickled down. But at this point, I think it's like you can get it on sale for like $5 because another friend of the show, Jay Jarrell, he got this recently, maybe like a couple months ago.
Actually?
And he was like, this game is awesome. You need to get it. It was $5 and it's so fucking epic. And I'm like, dog, I'm not touching that shit. I'm not touching any kind of microtransaction.
Dog?
I'm sorry, big man. I'm not touching that. But no, and I totally get there's that perspective. People could probably enjoy that. And now that it's cheaper now, cool. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But I actually have a very special disliking for that game. A specific disliking because
You have some built up rage, my guy.
oh, I'm
Let's hear it.
pissed.
Yeah,
I'm grabbing shit in the.
Bro, Josh, calm down.
No, I'm about to destroy
bro.
this, man.
Let me soothe you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. You're right. So here's the thing. I love this certain game that came out on the PS4 and PS5 called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Have you heard of this?
Yes,
it's also
I have.
Square Enix.
Yeah. They made that after this, right?
After.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things is it has no microtransactions. All the skins that you get are very, very they're very cosmetic and they're very cool. They don't really do anything for your characters. Same thing with Avengers, but you had to pay money for them. Everything in this game is solid. It's a single player. There's no multiplayer bullshit. There's no lobbies you have to join. Guardians of the Galaxy, from what I've played so far, is incredible. Amazing. But no one played it because this Avengers game happened. and I have so much anger.
a bummer.
It's such a bummer because, dude, there's
I
like
understand
telltale elements in that game. I'm playing it. It's like the boss fighting, the combat is so much fun.
Wow.
The way that you control all the Guardians, you play as Star-Lord and you command them to go do these certain things. So combat is constantly waiting for people's like ults to charge up and like just such intuitive like gameplay. And it was fucking ruined by the goddamn shitty Avengers game that came out.
Yeah, I honestly
Pisses me off, man.
You're valid. Your feelings
Thank
are
you.
valid. Yeah.
Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm not a hater, but come on. How can you not?
Man. Well, next on the list, Josh, we got Live Alive on SNES 29 years ago in 1994. There's a Square Enix game. Well, it was Squaresoft at the time, pretty sure. Or maybe it was Enix. But I had never heard of this game before it got a remake on the Switch.
When did it?
A year ago?
Was it?
I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah. It was during a direct that we saw it, and I was like, oh, because it's got pixel art. And I'm
Yes.
like, oh, and it's got a cycle of main characters that you choose, and you kind of play through their story.
Very
so
cool.
it's like, think Octopath Traveler, but it's not all connected, or at least that's not the premise that I got. I never beat it.
Right.
It seemed like they each had their own individual stories.
Right.
I did play the demo, and it was cool. Much less of like a... I don't know. I don't even know if it was an RPG. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember the demo much. I remember there was a ninja climbing around like some rooftop and you're like chasing shit.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Never went back, but I was just curious if you'd heard of it. Or...
I have not heard of it, and I also have never played it.
You're
so,
cool. All right.
Clearly.
We're moving down.
Clearly.
Did you ever play Wizard 101?
Whoa! That came out this week?
That came out this week 15 years ago.
That's crazy.
2008 on the PC.
That's
Wizard
nuts.
101.
To be honest, I did not play a lot of it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something crazy, though?
Sure, yeah.
I got a horrible virus on my family computer because I downloaded Wizard 101. And I got in a lot of trouble because of it, obviously. But it was like a terrible virus. I don't remember how it happened, but it was because of Wizard 101. It was something that happened with, like, the downloading. And I looked it up, like, years later.
Yeah.
A lot of people experienced the same thing. So I'm not trying to dish on Wizard 101. I know everyone loves that game. A lot of people have a lot of fond memories, but I got fucking grounded because of it. So maybe I'm still a little angry.
Here on the Flash Bros podcast, we're just trying to look out for you guys.
We are.
We're just trying to protect you.
Absolutely.
And Wizard 101 is dangerous.
Absolutely.
I think it's deemed perfectly valid, wouldn't you say?
I would absolutely say so. I would say also if you have a family computer, don't download it on there. You will get grounded.
Yeah.
And you might die.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
I don't care how old you are,
Exactly.
you will get grounded.
You will get grounded. Someone will ground you.
Reel it back.
Have to.
The Sims 4
Oh!
launched on PC 9 years ago in 2014.
Oh my gosh.
You a Sims guy?
I'm literally named Josh Sims.
That's definitely
My
your
last
name.
name is Sims.
Is it Sims 4?
So I never played Sims 4 actually.
Okay.
But Sims 3 I love.
Yeah.
I got super into it.
What's like the Sims that's out like modern right
That's
now?
Sims 4.
That is Sims 4?
Yeah, so
Okay.
friend of the show, Blade, he plays the shit out of Sims 4. Loves it. I have not touched it. Also, shout out to Faith, too. She fucks with Sims 4.
Yeah.
Big shout out to her.
I always think of Faith.
Yeah, when you think of Sims 4.
When I think of Sims.
You don't think
Yeah,
of Josh
for sure.
Sims? You don't think of me?
Well, of course I do.
Sure you do.
Of course I do. But in terms of somebody playing the game
a bunch,
fan of Sims.
Yeah, Faith is definitely the one.
Faith is huge. Yeah.
But I'll say Sims 3 was huge for me.
Yeah.
Loved it. It also is do you know Kingside? Have you heard of Kingside? You know how I name all my stuff Kingside?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It started with Sims
Isn't that
4.
your island on Animal Crossing?
It's always
Yeah.
so Tomodachi Life, it was Kingside Island. My original town in New Leaf was Kingside Town, whatever it was called. And then it comes from, you got to name the place in Sims 3.
Okay.
And I called it Kingside Valley Hill. Because it was kind of in a valley in Sims 3.
Okay.
And then that got shortened to Kingside Valley. And then slowly over
maybe
time.
you've told me that lore.
Yeah.
But that's so dope.
That's a good bit of lore that I don't know if a lot of people know about me, but everyone knows that I use Kingside as
Kingside. Crown dash crown.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow, a little bit of crown.
What amazes me is that the game is 9 years old and it's still going.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck. The original Metal Gear Solid on the PS1 25 years ago in 1998.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's so cool. Did you play it?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
I did not.
Fuck it.
And to round off this list is one that you mentioned earlier, Rayman Legends.
Oh, yeah.
Was released on PC, PS3, PS Vita, Wii U, and 360 all at once.
That's crazy.
And that was what,
and at this
10
point,
years ago?
It's on
Yep.
so many more.
Because it's on everything.
It's on
Switch.
It's on Switch. Didn't they have it on 3DS? Am I crazy? They didn't.
They weren't. No, you're crazy.
Wii U.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, you're right. Amazing.
Yeah.
I never played it.
No,
be honest.
I didn't play it, but I
own
remember
it.
that there was a lot of marketing behind the game.
Yes.
The most I'd ever seen for a Rayman game.
Sure, yeah.
And all the reviews said it was stellar. All the
Yeah.
reviews compared it to Mario Bros. U.
Yes.
All the reviews compared it to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Yes, which is
and they said
amazing.
that this game was better than both of those.
Wow.
Yeah, and Tropical Freeze
Respect.
got good reviews.
And
but
also, it's a good game.
just
Have you played it?
for originality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's still a good game today from the reviews I've
Definitely.
seen on it and things. I was always interested, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like we talked about last week. I think the game came out when I was kind of on the fallout of
Sure.
platformers.
Yeah,
You know, and it was like
Dunzo. Totally.
yeah,
No, I'm with
yeah.
you on that. I also, I think that was the same kind of thing with Rayman too. No,
yeah,
just wasn't really feeling it.
Right.
Yes.
All right, Josh.
Beautiful.
Moving on to the next major section. I'm gonna take a little break.
let's take a quick one.
Let's do a little break. Piss break. I
Please.
just downed a. What is this? A cherry limeade
Nice.
ghost.
I finished my water too.
Did you?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to say for everyone out there, it's a great time to take a little break and go get some water,
Yep.
go do something. We'll be right back in a couple seconds, okay?
Heck yeah, baby. Let's do it. All right. We're back.
We are here.
We have returned. Josh,
Yes.
this section is news and updates. I'm going to start with some updates for the channel.
Yes.
And then we'll jump into our news topics of the week.
Yes.
So first off, for updates, the
Say it one more time.
The podcast is available now on Spotify and Apple, with YouTube, Google Podcasts, and more on the way. Thinking as I'm kind of getting used to this and kind of working on everything week by week. It just sucks because I don't have all the time in the world.
Sure.
My main job, especially this week, is taking away from my time to be able to kind of work on getting things progressively advanced for the
Yep.
podcast.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
I think I worded that funny, but
No, you did, but
if you're-
that's okay.
Yeah, if you're following,
You're a funny guy.
I'm gonna try to add more and more platforms on a weekly basis,
Yes.
and that's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay, perfect.
One of our listeners messaged me that I missed an edit last week,
Uh-oh.
which is correct,
true.
and is a fat meme. And if you don't know what it is, that's okay because I'm just gonna leave it in the episode.
Yeah, leave it in that piece.
Because as my mantra is always got to move forward. You know.
And it also adds a little charm.
It does.
I think.
Yeah.
It's got some
It's
charm
just a
to it.
small little thing.
It's
but-
a small thing, and it was
Yeah.
our first episode.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
There might be another in
So-
this episode.
Hey, maybe.
Could be.
I won't be perfect. So,
Yeah, well, never will.
and I, honestly, I want your take on this too, Joshy.
Totally.
But I wanted to ask our audience if they have any interest in a community Discord.
Ooh.
So, by that I mean, like, does anyone use Discord regularly?
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of the Discord game for a while, ever since I
Facts.
sold my PC.
Facts.
But Josh, you got any input?
Me personally, I'm not
Yeah.
really a Discord guy.
Okay.
I've joined before,
Yeah.
but I would love to create something like that with
yeah.
with
That's kind of
with
where
some
I'm
peeps.
at. Yeah, is like if Discord is something that you all are interested in,
Exactly.
we can make that a kind of stretch goal on Patreon.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, and it would be kind of a thing where if you join our Patreon,
Yep.
you automatically get invited to a private link to a
What?
private Discord.
Let's go.
And then we have a public Discord.
I love that.
So that's something I was looking into, and that seems to be pretty popular amongst like these podcasts that are like on Patreon and
Yeah.
on like subscription
Yeah.
services. So
I'm with
that's something
that.
you guys want. We can definitely make that happen.
Let us know, baby.
Josh, let's jump into the news.
The news. The news.
I would like you to start us off today,
Get us
my
started.
good friend.
Absolutely.
What do you got for me?
So I got a couple really great things that are getting everybody a little excited in the
News
anime
piece number
community.
one,
Yes,
baby.
yes, yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know, but in other countries and other sections of the world, obviously different streaming services have the rights to the different publications
Yes.
of certain things. So to be completely honest, this article didn't say where it comes from. It could be Europe.
Okay.
But Netflix is listing new. They have the streaming rights to Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a very, very popular.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Very popular anime.
So Netflix has those rights right now?
In a different country, not here.
Okay.
Right now, I'm pretty sure it's Crunchyroll here in America.
Okay.
In North America, that's what
Yeah.
we're dealing with. So it didn't explain that in the article.
Okay.
But maybe I could have done more research. Fuck it.
Yeah, hey, just to let you know.
But they're listing new episodes already for the new second season that's
Yo!
coming out. Yeah, so there's a part 2 that's to this current season, and it's currently listed right now.
Oh, shoot. So it's not season 2?
It's season 2, but it's season 2 part 2. Because they already have episodes out for season 2. And it's going to be a whole different season, basically.
Wow, okay.
But they're doing it right after. I know. So it was listed for 18 episodes.
Okay.
So we got 18 episodes to look forward to at JJK. Season 2, part 2 is what we're calling it. And so, yeah, that's coming out. It's going to start coming out as of tomorrow. So,
wow.
Yeah, August 31st. To be honest, actually, though, that is for Netflix. And I believe it's actually... Oh, my God, I wrote it. Let's go. It's in India.
India!
Yeah, that's just where you can find it. So India's getting it tomorrow on Netflix. But we have 18 episodes, and it's going to all premiere. Not all of it is going to premiere, sorry. It's going to premiere one episode at a time. So we're going to go week to week is the way it's going to do. Cool. So yeah, that's coming out.
Sweet.
Big stuff to look forward to.
Hell yeah, I love JJK.
Yeah.
Yeah, good anime.
I got a very
one that you had to watch twice to really love it. Yeah,
I did. Yeah,
yep.
I would say I love it at this point, but it's a complex.
Yeah,
it's a complex
for sure. We'll see how you feel as time goes on. Yeah,
we shall see.
All right,
maybe after season 2.
So number 2 for the news.
Yes, sir.
Gamescom 2023 took place in Cologne, Germany. As it usually does, I'm pretty sure.
No way.
You know anything about Gamescom, Josh?
I don't know too much about it.
Gamescom is the world's biggest video game expo.
Whoa.
As far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure that over 300,000 people went in the
300,000?
Yes.
Wait,
in
what?
recent years. Yes, this is bigger than PAX.
What happened to PAX then?
No, PAX is still huge.
Still going on?
But this is Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, Cologne, Germany.
Yeah.
So,
I'm with that.
And it makes sense because, like, even I go to a lot of raves.
Sure.
And EDC, one of the biggest raves in the United States, and we had 500,000 people this year.
Yes.
Okay, that's still not as big as Tomorrowland, which takes place in Europe.
And that's in Europe?
Yeah. So I think they just got bigger shit over there.
Totally.
To be honest.
And also, they just like going to shit over in Europe.
So did you see any of the game announcements that took place at Gamescom? Because it's kind of a big deal usually.
When did this take place?
This took place last week.
I don't know if I have seen.
You've seen.
I might have seen the announcements,
from it,
but I didn't know they were from them. Yeah.
I got you. So I just have a few that are curated that I thought would be relevant to us from because a lot of it, to be honest with you, was a lot of Xbox news. There was an Xbox showcase, I think.
Okay.
A lot of like PlayStation, I think too, and PC, and a lot of VR stuff.
Cool.
So, and I'm kind of on a Nintendo train right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like really paying attention to Nintendo stuff. That's what's catching my radar.
Respectfully.
But these things stuck out to me. So there's a game called Akatori.
Okay.
Which is a Chinese kind of stylized looking Metroidvania game.
Okay.
Looked really freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was like this guy has like a kind of like one of those Chinese like hats.
Okay.
Kind of like what's that one game that we got for Jay for his birthday with the sword?
Oh,
the samurai. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Oh my!
Not Sekiro. It's freaking.
Is that
the other one?
That samurai game that came out in PlayStation that everyone was raving about.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh
that wasn't Chinese. Goodness. That was Japanese inspired.
Was it? Okay, yeah. Well, so kind of that hat style, and then this character has like a staff, and throws the staff, jumps on the staff, platforming. Comes up, throws it again, jumps on it.
That's sick.
Attacks enemies.
Yeah,
it's a Metroidvania 2D type
Very
vibe.
cool.
Yeah. That was really cool.
That is cool.
So that was announced.
Yeah.
Lies of P. Josh, have you heard of Lies of P?
I have not.
Lies of P is one of the most interesting games you will have ever heard of.
Is it because of the name?
No. It's the concept. Which goes in with the name.
Okay.
Lies of P. P stands for Pinocchio.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Does it really?
This is a Souls-like Pinocchio game.
My lord.
Which sounds Crazy, right?
Sounds ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous,
Does
but
sound-
you should look up this game because it's gorgeous.
Really?
It looks like a Dark Souls game. It looks like Bloodborne, like a
What?
successor to Bloodborne.
And it's called Lies of P.
Lies of P.
Wow.
My buddy Caleb, shoutouts, is
Shout out
a
to Caleb.
huge Souls-like fan, and this is one of his most anticipated games this year. It comes out September 16th. So they showed a final trailer at Gamescom, and it looks fucking
Pretty crazy.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Last thing that stuck
Crazy.
out to me,
Yeah.
Fallout is getting a TV series. They showed a sneak peek. Yep,
Fallout?
Bethesda's Fallout.
Wow.
It's going to be on Prime Video
Wow.
in 2024.
Look at that.
Look at that.
You honestly you can't be certain when it comes to these video game
Hell no.
TV shows at this point.
No.
The Last of Us also was a phenomenon.
I still
Like,
gotta
it
see
literally,
bro.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but I
true.
just know
Yeah.
how many people have.
Yeah.
It's a video game show that is an adaptation of a video game, and people love
Yes,
it.
dude.
People were raving for it.
Raving,
You know what I
bro.
mean? So, yeah.
All right. It's
beautiful
Josh,
stuff.
number 3.
Third piece of news. Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Do you know what my personal number one favorite manga is?
Ooh. Do I get a choice or am I just freeballing it here?
I think you should know enough to be able to free
Is
ball.
it 7 Deadly Sins?
That's close. That's on my top
Yeah?
5 of best, but no.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you?
Please.
It's called Berserk. It
I'm
is-
a
yeah,
fucking idiot, bro. I knew this.
Berserk is
You love Berserk.
absolutely my favorite manga. It beats, in my opinion, obviously One Piece's peak as storytelling. It's
Actually?
incredible. I mean, it's hard to beat that, but I think Berserk has, as the medium of a manga, I think it's surpassed One Piece.
Yeah.
I think there's some parts of One Piece that are better as an anime, and there's some parts that are better as a manga. But Berserk, it is the best manga, I think, to exist.
I've heard nothing but literally outstanding things from you,
Yeah.
Andreas,
Yeah.
Jake.
Yep.
Fucking. There's been a couple other guys. I think even
Yeah.
Ben a manga reader.
I don't think. Maybe he
I
is.
thought he mentioned
Ben,
Berserk
if you
is
are,
fucking crazy
let us
too,
know.
but
Yeah.
I've definitely heard this before.
Yeah,
So
Berserk, huge. I
okay.
love it.
So is this some
it has a
Berserk
lot of
news? Is that what we're getting
So here's the thing: we don't have the news yet, but
Okay.
there will be an announcement made. This is huge, by the way, because
Okay.
so Berserk. A little bit of backstory: the creator Mamura, he passed away, unfortunately, in it was 2019 or 2020.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, very, very
I didn't
recently.
know that.
Very, very recently. Actually, it might have been much later than that. To be honest, wish I did my research. No, I forget exactly when it was he passed, but it was very recent. And it was very shocking and surprising because Berserk has been going on since the 90s. You know what I mean? It's a very big... it might have been since the 80s, actually. I might be wrong, but it's huge. A lot of people have a lot of passion for it, and he passed away, unfortunately. However, he had an apprentice who is. There's always been, I think, 3 chapters released with the brand new artist and storyteller. He knows the whole thing front and back. He knows how it's supposed to end, and he's continuing.
Because it's not finished yet, right?
No, it's not.
Right.
And it very much deserves an ending with the amount of pressure it has. And just how intense it is as a story.
Sure. Yeah.
So
dark as shit, right?
Yeah. Hugely dark. So here's the thing, though. There's an announcement that's going to be made September 29th, 2023. A big announcement will be made about Berserk, and with that will come the release of Volume 42, which is going to be yeah.
Okay,
So,
manga, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fresh. It's going to be coming, and
go, baby!
we got stuff coming. I wish I could report on what they're announcing, but just the announcement alone is
That's
big
hype.
enough.
That's
It's very
hype.
big,
Yeah.
especially for Berserk fans.
All
Very,
right.
very big.
Josh, number 4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nintendo Switch
Yes.
has officially passed the Wii's U.S. sales.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
As of last month. IGN
That's
reported,
huge.
dude, so big.
That's
Check this out.
massive. I didn't even know
IGN
that.
reported, quote, the new data comes from Circana. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It's formerly known as NPD.
Okay.
So this group used to basically report all of the like gross sales for every country regarding games and regarding consoles, basically making it public information.
Sure.
Showing the strong growth of the U.S. video game industry over the past year, especially in terms of hardware. According to Circana, The Switch not only exceeded the total U.S. sales of the Wii in July 2023, but is also catching up to other popular previous gen consoles.
Like, what are we talking about? Like,
it's trailing the Xbox 360 currently by less than 1 million units.
Wow.
And it is behind the PS2, the top-selling console ever
of all time,
by less than 5 million units. Wow. That's U.S. sales, and I have references here.
Yeah.
End quote. And the final push could be attributed to, quote, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Totally.
Which sold over 18 million units by the end of June 2023.
Yeah.
End quote. Which is 18 million?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, I think it's the highest selling Switch game, right?
Pretty sure.
I think
Pretty
I
sure.
read that.
But that amount of time?
No, that's crazy.
Wait, it came out in May, right?
It just came out.
So May, June?
Wait, May?
Right?
Did it come out May?
Well, I thought it did. It was April. Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, am I tripping?
I think you are tripping. Yeah, man. Wait, wasn't it March, right?
You look that up.
I'm going to look that up.
So for reference, I have the Wikipedia page pulled up here for you.
Please.
Okay? So this is a list of consoles sold all time, but this is a worldwide list.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Absolutely.
So, bear with me for a sec. I want you to look at this list.
Yes. Oh, you were right, by the way. It was May 12th. I thought it was March. I don't know why I thought that.
Because Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Yeah.
You're so right.
So 2 months became the top 18 million.
That's crazy.
Think about that number, bro. That's crazy.
No, that's wild.
Now look at this list.
Yes.
So it is on Wikipedia.
Yes.
This is a list of top selling consoles, how much they sold, and when they were released, all this stuff.
Wow.
PlayStation 2 holds the top slot. This is worldwide.
Yeah.
It has just over 155 million.
That's a ridiculous
units.
number, too.
155 million, bro. And it launched in 2000. The DS is right behind it at
No
154.
way.
The Switch is right behind that.
So it already passed Xbox, or?
This is worldwide, so I'm not sure about U.S. releases.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because Xbox is only big in the U.S.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you're
just
right.
comparative to other things.
Sure. Yeah.
But Switch now, on a global scale, is the third most selling console ever.
That is incredible, and also really cool news for Switch owners.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. We're
so
on
I
top.
just wanted to
We're on
tell you
top.
that was pretty
baby.
Cool. Yeah,
I love
and
that.
We also referenced that that PS2 is the top selling console of all time. So
absolutely.
Switch. By the time we have an episode this time next year, the Switch could be number one.
It could be number one.
Which would be insane.
Yes,
it'd be the first time ever that something is. Do you see how close the DS got to
I was going to say it's
the DS was a million away from passing PS2.
Yes.
Anyways,
which is crazy, and two, also, I don't want to get too off topic because there are a lot of rumors right now about another Switch coming out.
Yes, sir.
A new Switch. So, maybe a year time from now, we might be dealing with another console.
That's true.
Could be the fact.
However, if we also know history repeating itself, the Switch will continue to sell, and they will continue to push it, and they will make it cheaper.
Yep.
And it still could be in the running.
We'll have the Switch and the Switch Pro as sister and brother consoles. You ready for the next news article?
Yes, please.
How you
Number
feeling?
5, Josh.
Number 5, baby.
Joshy.
All right. Are you familiar with Naruto? You know much about Naruto?
Only pretty much from what you and the other boys have talked to me about. And kind of like, isn't it a little bit story-wise, it's kind of like a demon possesses the main character?
It kind of started that whole trend of that. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it started it. But it definitely...
It kind of mainstreamed it.
Definitely
mainstreamed
that kind of thing. Okay. Same thing with like JJK, where it's like, the characters complete control of themselves, but there is something within them.
Yeah.
Very, very, very popular. It is my second favorite anime of all time, and which is very exciting because this is crazy. So this isn't new news, but what I'm about to say is the new part of the news. There are 3 new episodes coming to the original Naruto anime.
Fuck?
Just in case, it's kind of weird.
What?
So just in case,
last week you were telling me about Boruto,
exactly.
Right? Yeah,
that's what I wanted to explain, was that we are far from OG Naruto. We are far, far, far from it. After Naruto came out, there was a show called Naruto Shippuden came out, which is
its own separate show.
It is its own separate show. The manga never split like that. There was no 2 separations, which is different from what's going on with Boruto right now because there's a distinct distinct separation between this time skips. So essentially, it's basically pre-time skip, little kids, post-time skip, teenagers, right?
Yeah.
It's Shippuden is they're all grown, I'll say.
Okay.
Then Boruto is their adults. It's about their children, right? And then Boruto, the second part, is their children as teenagers. So we're going all the way back to the first part of the anime to have 3 more episodes coming out. This is we've known for a little bit now, a couple months now. So it's not breaking news. It's not news really in any way. It's news to you.
It
definitely.
is news to me.
And maybe to you out there if you're listening and you didn't know about this. But a brand new part of the news is the new episodes have been delayed. They have been delayed to, quote unquote, increase the quality of the... I'm sorry, I misspoke, by the way. 4 new episodes. Yeah. It's a part of the... It's an anniversary, so we have the 20th anniversary coming up for Naruto. It's coming up to be 20 years old. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's almost able to drink. Let's go. So yeah, they were originally scheduled to air September 3rd, 2023, which is coming up very, very soon. But the new release date has not been officially told. So we don't know when they're coming out. It's still going to be celebrating the 20th year, which is this year. So sometime this year, we don't know when. We also don't know what they're going to be about. We don't know why they're doing OG Naruto episodes.
It blows my mind.
Cool though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it sounds really cool.
Canon, like manga.
It's
canon,
not.
Or?
I don't know. It's probably not going to be manga canon.
Okay.
But there is so much filler in Naruto already. The world is kind of so vast from that filler that exists. It's not going to hurt anything to add those, which I think is really cool. And even if they want to do some setting up for this new arc that's going on in Boruto, just for anyone who doesn't know, the original name of Boruto was Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Okay. And they just recently changed it because this new... It's the same way they changed it with Shippuden. It's called Naruto 2 Blue Vortex is the brand new one. So maybe they're going to do some setting up. That's all speculation. That's not news. Yeah. But that is what's going on.
Wow.
So we got some Naruto. Any Naruto fans, please be excited. We got some stuff. Got some stuff
Joshy.
going on.
Let's wrap this up.
Please.
Final news piece today, number 6.
Wrap it.
Sonic Superstars team. You've seen that new Sonic game, right? It's called Sonic Superstars. So this is the new... It was shown, I think, in a direct. But it's a Sonic 2.5D game. It kind of has a new art style for Sonic, but it's made in the same vein of like the OG Sonic games, right?
Am I a dumbass for not knowing about this?
You need to look this up
Okay,
right
this
now.
is crazy. It's called Sonic Superstars?
Sonic Superstars. It's multiplayer. That's huge.
Oh, I did see some stuff about this. Yeah. Yes.
This looks hype.
Does look kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited to play this.
It's the OG style
aspect. It's the OG style. Okay, but check, it's not completely OG because what is it not? It's not pixel art, right?
That is true.
Right. That's
like
OG
Sonic
Sonic.
Mania.
Right. Sonic Mania.
Yep.
Right. Was pixel art. So now that you know what it is, check the story out.
Yes.
The team behind it, Sonic Superstars team, doesn't think pixel art will be a quote viable end quote art style in 10 years. Story comes from Games Radar. Wow. Quote, the Sonic Superstars producer Takashi Iizuka described the game as an evolution of the 2D Sonic gameplay, saying that, quote, we look at the pixel art, it's great, but when we think about 10 to 20 years in the future, we don't think it's going to be a viable art style or presentation for our players. And in order to advance and really step things up, we did want to make sure that we're presenting something that 10 to 20 years down the road, we're still evolving and creating new content for, end quote. For reference, Sonic Mania Plus in 2018, kind of the add-on pack that had all the DLC,
like the DLC,
is the highest rate reviewed Sonic game in the entire series with a 91 on Metacritic. Josh, what do you think about that?
I think that's bullshit. I'm going to keep it 100%. I think that is absolutely bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that it is very clear that there is no art style that exists with pixel art that has become itself dated.
Yeah.
There's no
I think
visual.
it does the opposite.
I agree. I was going to say that. I think that there is an element of almost like a freezing point in time. It doesn't matter if it's from a long time ago. Sonic Mania came out, looks amazing.
Looks incredible.
And to be honest, it looks cooler than this new game. I'm not trying to hate on Sonic Team or Sega in any way. But like truthfully, if someone asked me like, what would you prefer to look at, or what would you like a sequel to, Sonic Mania or Sonic Superstars? I'm gonna say Mania any day because it's visually interesting. Yeah. The issue though is it's probably too expensive.
It's probably cost.
It's probably too
expensive.
It's gotta
be because
it has to be.
I get what he's saying.
No, I do.
But it's not. I just don't think it's true. I think it's objectively untrue.
I think it's objectively untrue too.
Especially with playing this game right now, Sea of Stars, and how fucking good the pixel art is, animation wise, just how it looks even static.
Yep.
Like, if they went all out and made a new, if they went as hard on this new art style for Sonic on a pixel art format, like they just made it new instead of recycled it, because Sonic Mania doesn't have a lot of new.
It's not a new
art.
style,
right?
Yeah, you're right.
It looks, if you were to play this, it looks like you could play the game in the Genesis, right?
Totally.
And if you were to put that much love and money and everything into pixel art, they could make something beautiful out of it. You know, not saying that this isn't gorgeous, that the 2.5D art style isn't good, because I think it looks pretty good for Sonic.
Cool, yeah.
But I don't think there's an argument to be made that it is superior to pixel art, or that pixel art is going down the toilet. A dying medium that's not viable in 10, 20 years. Excuse me?
That's complete
horseshit.
Yeah, horseshit trying to cope. That's coping with what's happening. And I get it. If you want to make a sequel to Superstars, it's going to be so much easier now that you have, a game that you have models that you can control. Yeah. That's totally understandable. Yeah. And honestly, like, I would never say that I am in any way better than a game developer and how they think that this shit is going to go, or how they think, gaming is going to be from this point on. I'm not saying I know any better, but I know for a fact that dude's fucking wrong. He's just wrong. Baby. He's just wrong.
Right. We're on the same page once again, Josh.
Absolutely.
We're going to jump to the next segment, though, Joshy boy. This is going to be the last segment before we jump into the main topic. Yes. Curated weekly game releases. Ooh. Okay? So these are games that, much like the history list, list of games interesting to us that are coming out this week. Mm-hmm. So you ready?
Oh, absolutely.
We got August 28th/29th. I got mixed things on this. On the Switch, it was definitely the August 29th. But this is Sea of Stars. And we're past the date anyway. So this week, we have releasing Sea of Stars. It released simultaneously on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X, and PS4, and Xbox One. Okay? And I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah.
You have any interest?
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
For sure.
Once again, I love pixel art.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
I also think that, you can tell when a game has a lot of love put into it.
Absolutely.
And I think it's one of those games that you can just see.
It looks like a passion project.
Yeah, exactly. You can see, and for the most part, usually when you see those kind of passion projects, we were just talking about Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell.
Yes.
You can see it. You can feel it. It's a part of the game. The game feels personal. And I think that that's really special when it comes to a video game because, as much as we want to say that games are very special to us, at the end of the day, we got companies that need to make money off of these.
Absolutely.
And these are corporate made, you know what I mean? Not saying that's how every game is, but you have those occasional, games that come out where they have to, you know what I mean? To hit ends meet or to hit a quota of some degree. And when you get to these really passionate indie games, you find something I think that you can get lost in even more because there is something naturally special that cannot be formed in any committee or any kind of yearly made game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%, bro. 100%.
No dish. I'm not dishing on any other game too. I'm just saying. You can feel it.
All right. Well then. Next game, also on August 29th. Yep. Samba de Amigo, Party Central on the Nintendo Switch.
What the fuck is that?
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No idea.
So they showed this game on the Nintendo Direct, which is, it has a monkey on the cover with a sombrero, and it's like a party game.
Maybe I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that comes out this week?
It's already out. Yep.
Oh, let's go.
Week. Yep.
Very cool.
And then also already out, August 30th. Excite Bike 64 on Nintendo Switch Online.
Yes, sir.
You ever play I said Exciteback, right?
You did say Exciteback.
I'm like,
you
am
said
I
it
tripping?
perfectly.
I just had like a brain aneurysm.
You said it
I'm like, did I actually say
perfectly.
Exciteback?
No, you said
You
it
ever play Exciteback 64?
I never played 64.
I loved 64.
I definitely
I've beaten
am going
the game
to.
several times.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up. It's
that.
multiplayer. So me and my buddy play this all the time, and it has a campaign.
Nice.
I just remember they always had like a character you pick, and then it had like quotes around their nickname, and then like it'd be like their first name, nickname, last name. So one of them was like Bobby Big Dog Malone.
I like that.
Just as a fucking meme. I just
love that.
remember that. You know
Did
what
they
I mean?
all look the same or?
Oh no. They all had different colored bikes.
Designs.
Maybe some girl riders, some guy riders. I think Bobby was like a big guy on a bike.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like
His name was
yellow.
Big Dog,
I
actually?
think it was Bobby Big Dog Malone.
That's awesome.
If I remember that right.
I love that.
All right, Josh. We're gonna segue over to our main topic right now. You ready for this?
I'm so
All
ready,
right,
Sam.
baby.
I'm so
We got
ready.
Most anticipated games of the year. Doesn't necessarily need to be anything that has even a release date.
Also,
over
are we
this next
saying
year.
of the year for sure?
I just think it sounds cooler.
It does. Say it like that. Say it.
Yeah. So, most anticipated games of the year.
Of the year.
So, Josh, this is just a list I wanted from you, us to put together and see if we compare, if any of these kind of cross over. But I asked Josh to bring forth a list of 5 games that he is most excited for right now, and I brought 5 of my own. So, Josh, why don't you
want me to get us
start us
started?
off right now? Give me... These don't have to be in any specific order.
Okay.
Just a top 5.
Just my top 5.
Most excited. We'll go back and
Beautiful,
forth
beautiful.
here. Wow, fourths?
Fourth.
We'll go
You
back
got
and forth
this, bro.
here. So, Josh, why don't you tell me what is one of your games right now you're most excited for?
Well, to be honest, this probably is my top,
Yeah?
but it also is coming out this year.
Okay.
You ever heard of a little game called Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2.
I cannot, like, genuinely explain how excited I am for this game. For anyone who doesn't know,
Insomniac Spider-Man 2.
Insomniac
correct? Yep.
Spider-Man 2. I 100%ed the first game,
Yeah.
platinumed it actually as well.
Fuck.
I 100%ed all the DLCs.
Well, I don't think I knew you got the platinum.
Yeah, I got the
I
platinum.
thought you're just goofing off and doing all these things. But
I got the platinum. I got every single. I'm missing 2 trophies, which go with the New Game Plus, which is literally beating New Game Plus and then beating New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty. So until I've beaten it, which I'm working through it right now, I'll get those trophies. But anyway,
you don't need to get those to get the platinum?
to get the platinum. No, because it's a second game. It's a different game. So it's
okay.
like the way that it works on those is you have 100%, a certain percent, and then if you have DLC, it'll show up as different
Got it.
percentages.
So
as
they're
well.
like DLC trophies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they count New Game Plus as a different game, 100% of the OG game, but if I want those 2 other trophies, which is the only one I'm missing, I have to beat it. So anyway,
by the way.
thank you.
Yeah,
by the way,
platinums
buddy.
are a big
yeah,
deal.
they are very big. I think I've only done it once. I think this is my first time.
I just have a question on that.
Yeah.
Is it one of those games where basically just by focusing on 100%ing the game, you just get the platinum naturally that way?
I would say there's a couple weird ones. You know,
Really?
every single trophy. I think if you play PlayStation in any way and if you've ever trophy hunted before, you know there's just some goofy ones. Some I found out by myself. You can visit Uncle Ben's tombstone. So
shit.
the long loved Uncle Ben, you can visit him at that game, and it'll give you a trophy for it. But I would say probably definitely my favorite PlayStation game of all time. I don't think I've ever been as sucked into a game. I also love Spider-Man, and I love the web sling and the combat and the gadgets. It's Insomniac, and I've loved everything so far. Everything on Insomniac that I've played, I absolutely love, and I know they're just going to knock it out of the park because every time they add new gadgets that are interesting, they expand on the gameplay. They just know how to make shit good.
Yes,
and
sir.
I love Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
I could not be more excited. The fact that I would say it's my the first Spider-Man is my second favorite game, and my first is Breath of the Wild. The fact that in the same year I am getting a sequel to both of my favorite games, it is fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
It literally is the weirdest, it's the craziest thing right now.
I'm stoked for you, bro.
I'm so
not
stoked.
kidding.
And I already would say maybe Tears of the Kingdom already might have dethroned Breath of the Wild.
Actually?
Yeah, and so I can't wait to see what...
Have you beaten it?
No. But so far, I already don't feel the need to go back to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I just am interested in playing.
And I know how much you love that game, so that's why I know the weight of what you're saying.
It is massive.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Spider-Man 2. Fuck.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, funny enough, I think this is my most excited game possibly on this list.
Get it going.
It is the Persona 3 remake.
How could I not have guessed that?
Brother.
I should have known.
Okay. If you all don't know who I am the biggest Persona stan. Probably of anyone that I know. And I've kind of like fallen off a little bit at it. Persona. I've kind of taken a break from Persona. So to be honest, this game is coming out for me at a very perfect time.
Really?
Because yes, the last Persona game I played was Persona 5 Royal. And just jump through like a tiny bit of history. Persona 1 and 2, nobody talks about.
That is so true. I literally have never seen a picture from it. I don't even know. It's like the third one's the first game.
Pretty much how it's treated over here.
Basically.
Persona 2 apparently is pretty damn good, but it's split into 2 games, and these originated on PS1. Okay, so Persona 2 had 2 games. We didn't even get one in America.
So was it a part 1 and a part 2 situation?
Yes.
And then we just only got part 1?
They're called 2 different things, but it's essentially part 1 and part 2, and we didn't get part 2.
So what if you were super into the story?
Well, fan translation, my guy.
True.
Or just looking it up on YouTube. But Persona 3 came out on the PS2 and rocked everyone's shit. This is a Shin Megami Tensei series, so this is big. It's basically the best way I can describe Persona is it is adults Pokemon.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is it's anime the video game.
Yeah.
So you are anime characters in high school, where half of the game you're attending high school as kids. You literally have finals. So you go to class.
So wild.
You sit through like it's not really a lecture. It's just like 3 little like back-to-back little tidbits of info. But those tidbits of info will come back to you during a final, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention because I was just mashing A on the controller, right?" And it's these kids who like just these unorthodox group of friends who become friends. Like, I'm not even going to go super deep into it. But there's Persona 3. Persona 4 and Persona 5. Persona 3 and 4 came out the PS2. And Persona 5 completely actually skipped the PS3 and launched on PS4. It did come out at PS3 actually at the same time. But if you wanted the definitive edition of the game, it was designed for the PS4.
To the PS4
And then Royal came out, which is basically a deluxe edition, if you will, of Persona 5 that was completely made for the PS4. Yeah, PS4.
So you can't play it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they all got remakes, right? They all got
not a remake, but a re-release.
A re-release, that's what it is.
Which is cool. They re-released. There's several versions of Persona 3. So I'm gonna just stop talking about Persona. I'm gonna hone in
on 3.
On 3 right now. 3 is probably my favorite in the series.
Really?
For a big reason.
Over 5?
Yes, I think so. I love 5. I'm a huge stan for 5.
Yeah.
But Persona 3 has such dark tones to it, and the story is so actually fucking good. It has to deal with kind of like, saving all of humanity, kind of that typical anime stuff.
Sure.
But just it has this theme of a hidden hour that nobody is aware of called the dark hour. And it's right when it hits midnight, an hour goes by that you don't know is happening between, like, in that midnight hour.
Well, and if you check the time, it'll just say 12.
Yes. Yeah. And so
it'll stay saying 12?
I'm pretty sure it does. And it's called the Dark Hour.
Interesting.
And so if you are a Persona wielder, you are aware of this Dark Hour. And if you look outside in the streets and everything, I mean, the whole sky is green. The moon is really fucking big. And there's shadows. Okay, these demons are walking around, wandering the streets, consuming people.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is all happening, and the group kind of takes it upon themselves to kind of like take care of the situation. They give themselves a name. They're called the Sees Group, SEES. It's really, really good, but this game is pretty archaic. One of the biggest reasons it's archaic, and I never beat it. I actually got to the last boss on the PS2 version.
You got to the last?
The last boss. I attempted this boss, Josh. I'm not kidding you. Probably 7 times.
And you couldn't
in
beat
a
it?
row. No, I couldn't.
Wow.
I have played more Persona since then, and I probably could go back and beat it
Probably
now.
could.
But here, one of the biggest frustrations with this base game, and why definitely a reason I couldn't beat it.
Sure.
You have no control over your party members. You can only control the main character. So for most games, not necessarily a problem, but this is a turn-based RPG.
Right.
When you can only control 1/4 of your party members, that's a huge problem.
What happens to your party members?
They have an AI, so they choose what they do. So I'm talking final boss. My healer is healing somebody with full health.
Yeah.
My healer not healing me when I have a berserk condition, which
Right.
means I'll just attack even like when I have no health or no matter what. I'm just attacking.
Right.
If I get stuck in that as the main character, I am stuck in that until somebody heals me.
That's crazy.
I have no control over the game anymore, right? So
watch it.
Bunch of shit. Sure. And the game got several versions. So there's Persona 3, Persona 3 FES, which is kind of a definitive edition of Persona 3, still on PS2.
Yeah.
And then it got a PSP version called Persona 3 Portable.
Yes.
That version is what's re-released right now. So if you were to play it on Switch or on PS5 or anything, you can play Persona 3 Portable or Persona 4 Golden, which was on the Vita.
Which I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got far, but I really
exceptional.
I thought it was a cool
Persona 4
setup.
is really cute. It's it is a much more positive tone.
Music is nice.
It's about friendship.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I liked it.
Although I hate the mascot, Teddy.
Oh, fuck Teddy. We talked about that.
I fucking
fuck that
stand
guy,
him.
Teddy. If you've never heard of Persona, look up Teddy. He's the most punchable character known to
I
man.
honestly just want to punch him.
If you don't want to punch him after looking at him, you're weird.
But Persona 3 Remake,
Yes.
to me, Josh, is a dream come true.
Oh, absolutely.
I literally cannot believe it exists.
Yeah.
When they dropped the trailer for this game during an Xbox showcase, by the way, I about shit myself.
Absolutely.
I was like, no
I could smell it.
way.
Yeah, dude.
This is real. Like
Yeah.
they took all the mechanics and everything from Persona 5,
Right.
and they're putting it into Persona 3.
Right.
It is a dream come true. The art looks gorgeous. They have like new features in the battle that have made it more streamlined. They've added into this game now.
Very cool.
So I think it's dropping early next year. I don't know if they dropped a release date. They might have just done that during Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
But I cannot wait, bro.
Dude,
so
I'm excited for you, and I'm excited
bro.
for like Blade loves Persona.
Yes.
He can't wait to play it.
Persona 3 is one of me and Blade's first games we ever
really talked about. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So
Josh, why don't you run me through your number 2?
It's tough because I do want to. I have a couple that I'm thinking about talking about now.
Well, like I said, you don't have to go in.
I also have
order.
a question.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about like big DLC?
Big DLC.
Can I use that as an example?
You can if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to.
If this one's to take a place for you, a slot for you.
I would.
What
love
is
to.
it?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet: Hidden Treasures of Area Zero Part 1. The Teal Mask comes out next month.
What a fucking name!
It's quite the name.
Holy shit!
It's quite the name.
No, I knew you were really excited about this. Why? What makes it so exciting for you?
So one of the biggest things for me personally, since we stopped the national deck, since we stopped the whole having every Pokemon in every game, it's always been kind of a question of like, why would this be in any way like good, if that makes sense? And it can't be, right? But truthfully, from what I've experienced from the past DLC, Sword and Shield, which I absolutely adored. To be honest, it kind of saved my love for Sword and Shield. I felt like Sword and Shield was very basic, kind of went through the kind of hit the marks when it needed to, and just like was kind of bland.
For sure.
DLC completely changed my feelings on it.
What team was in Sword and Shield?
It was Team Yell.
Team Yell.
Do you remember it?
No.
They were basically Team Skull that was like a knockoff, dude.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as like memorable as any other games. And there was so much that just wasn't really it. The DLC really changed my feelings on it. I already love Scarlet and Violet so much. We're talking like everything about this game I fuck with, truthfully, except for the FPS, which is okay though. I don't find that many like issues with it, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes there's kind of the Nintendo Pass. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Totally.
Of like, you know, we have new games like new Call of Duty, and it runs so smooth, and you've never seen this before. And then you're playing Nintendo, and it's not even HD.
Totally.
And you're like,
and
but it's so good.
It's so fun though, and that's the thing. There is a Nintendo Pass. This one pushes it for sure. FPS is rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some things that's just, you know, pushes it.
For sure.
But it didn't ruin any of my love for it. I gotta say though, this game series, like Scarlet and Violet, especially Scarlet and Violet, I have not been as into this world and the theories of what's going on and the lore. There's so much lore. I don't know if you know this about the game. They literally have a section where you go to school. There's a whole school system. You have different classes: history, home ec, math, fucking so much shit. Yes, history. I already said history, but you know what I mean. There's all this shit, and you have like 7 different teachers, and they all have a side quest where you literally can become friends with them. You talk to them after class, and then you go to school. You literally can go to school, study for exams, and then you do the exams.
So it's Persona.
It's got so many Persona elements. It's crazy.
What the fuck? I had no idea.
Yeah, and so I completed all of it. I just recently completed the last thing, which I needed like a single item to be able to do.
Yeah.
And it just opens up paths for all these things. I have gotten so into the world and all the lore that you learn through school. You literally learn this stuff through school. There's a library you can go to and study all these things. The world is massive and huge, and there's so many things we don't know. There's actual mysteries, which doesn't happen a lot in Pokemon, to be honest. Like, it's usually revealed towards the end of the game, and then you get all these things, but there's tiny pieces in Scarlet and Violet that are just, they feel massive, and oh my god, I cannot wait. It's literally both these new DLCs, the new one that's coming out, the Teal Mask, whole new map. I mean, it's not going to be as big, but it's a big chunk. It's a very big map, and it's got new Pokemon, new evolutions already. You know, Applin. You remember Applin, the dragon apple?
Dragon apple?
Yeah, got a new evolution that's coming out.
No
it already has
way.
2. It has a 3rd one that's coming out. Yeah, all this shit.
That's sick.
I know.
That's sick.
There's regional variants. The freaking Sinistee. Do you remember that one? The T Pokemon. It has like this Chai form that's coming out.
Chai?
It's so cool. I love it. It's like there's so much to be excited for. It genuinely feels like a new part of the game, and honestly, like, it's the new form of the Emerald. It's the new form of the Platinum. It's way where you know, there's new stuff. It's you know, you're using your existing world, but it's kind of a huge expansion on that. And to be honest, it was tough to kind of get over the idea that there wasn't that game that was going to come out. But honestly, the DLC has me just as excited. And I could not say that I had to put it on my list because it is what I'm looking forward to.
Fuck yeah.
And it comes out next month, the first part.
Yeah, right. I can't believe it's so big and it's only part 1.
I know. It is so exciting. Real quick, I just want to shout out our roommate and our best friend, Adrell, is literally streaming right now on Twitch. You guys should definitely follow him. It's Sweet Ayeee. So check him out. He is so fucking funny. He is a natural born streamer, comedian. The charisma that he has in those streams is unmatched.
It's unreal.
His energy is
he can scream for hours. I don't know how he does it.
It's amazing. I seriously am so impressed. So check him out if you can. Definitely a huge friend of the show. So we gotta shout our boy out.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. Well, let's get back into it. Yeah.
So my number 2 is, and this is probably either tied with Persona 3, to be honest with you, or it might even be my number 1.
Wow.
And this is Super Mario RPG.
Nice. The remake.
The remake.
Wow.
Which is launching November 17th.
Yeah.
Josh, when this, you don't even understand, when the Direct happened.
Yeah.
Okay, the last Direct.
Yep.
It was towards the end. Might even been the last thing they show, but...
No, you remember what the last thing they showed.
Oh, you're right. It was Wonder. Okay, at the end of it, they showed the intro to this. Yes. Which is in the old SNES graphic style. Which, by the way, the game on the SNES was Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Yes.
Okay? Which was the first ever crossover between Nintendo Mario, basically,
Yeah.
and Square Enix. So
IP,
this was like their kind of take of making Mario into an RPG,
Yep,
right?
yep.
And at the very beginning is Princess Peach sitting in a flower field, right?
As she does. She does
it. Like, literally, the music is still in my head, and it has a little shooting star.
Yeah.
And so they start showing this, and I'm like, oh my god, it's coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
And you can play it. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, people need to play this game.
Absolutely.
I love this game. This is one of my childhood fucking memories.
Yep.
Like I said earlier, Caleb is one of his favorite childhood, kind of like boy's first RPG.
Man's
you know what
first
I mean?
RPG, yes sir.
And then they show that star coming across, and then it goes new graphics. I am not kidding you.
Yeah.
If you were POV my TV, my jaw drops, and I'm like, no fucking way, bro. I am so excited for this game. Did you have any kind of like? So what did you think when you saw?
So
this?
Here's the thing. The only real, like, because I was never really an SNES guy, and I never really got into most of those games, especially Mario RPG, but it is legendary. To say the least, like, as a Smash fan, you cannot know about that game because Geno is been wanted in Smash since Melee, right? Like it's been huge. People asked for Geno. The three big ones were literally K. Rool, Ridley, and Geno. And obviously, we never got Geno in Smash. We probably will one day, especially with this remake coming out. But I just know that it's beloved.
Yeah,
it's huge. People love it.
Yes, bro. Geno the puppet.
Yeah, the puppet. Yeah.
And there's so much that is originated from this game.
Absolutely.
It set the stone for kind of like paved the path, I guess you could say, for Paper Mario.
Absolutely.
The Mario and Luigi series,
and Luigi, which I loved.
Which both of those series are some of my favorite ever.
Yeah.
And this game though is really what started it all.
Absolutely.
And just the fact that it's getting a remake, it again doesn't seem real.
It doesn't.
Like, they actually are remaking this game. It's not a Square game. And there's no Square branding on it at all.
Interesting.
Right? I'm pretty sure that I saw no Square branding. I'm pretty sure this is... So, I'm pretty sure, like, there's a lot of... I love, like, video game kind of, like, deep politics for, like, why some things are the way they are.
Sure.
Things don't make sense.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that Square and Nintendo have not had a great relationship. They're, like, a lot of falling out in the earlier days. Just between like Final Fantasy, for example, that used to be exclusive to Nintendo.
Right?
Then it went over to PlayStation. Really with Final Fantasy VII because Square saw more hope in the 3D space with discs. Nintendo was maintaining cartridges with the 64. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there was a statement a long time ago where Square was on board for making Final Fantasy VII for the 64 because at the conception of the console, Nintendo was going to be disc-based. And then they decided to pull last second. Sony split from Nintendo. Square followed where they thought the tech was going. Right?
Exactly.
So, anyways, there gets into a lot of messy copyright and trademark rights when it comes to these games.
Absolutely.
Which is why not a lot of them get to ever see the light ever again.
And that goes for other companies with Nintendo too, like Rare.
Absolutely.
Like Donkey Kong
100%.
64,
right? Donkey Kong 64.
Never touched anything beyond the 64.
Wait, didn't it come on Wii U?
No. Donkey Kong 64? Swear. Because it was on Rare. Rare never came to Wii U. No Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
No Donkey Kong 64.
I'm actually going to challenge you. I'm pretty sure that Donkey Kong 64 got its first ever virtual console release
on the Wii U,
either on Wii or Wii U or both.
I would be
but
amazed.
It was stripped of the Rare name because the rights to the Donkey Kong IP remained with Nintendo. You know
I'll definitely look it up right now.
Yeah, check that out. But Super Mario RPG, you guys, even if you don't like RPGs, this is seriously baby's first RPG.
Oh,
you know? It's very straightforward, easy to play. Why it's so beloved though for me? It's very un-Nintendo. It's very like it's not the Mushroom Kingdom.
Right.
It's enemies you've never seen before.
Right.
It like Geno, this puppet that joins you.
A character.
Bowser joins Mario as an ally for the first time in the series history. You know what I mean?
Totally.
You have your main party on the front cover. Mario, Peach, Bowser, they're all homies.
Right.
What?
And
What are
Bowser
you
was
talking
one of
about?
your companions, right?
Yes, and
That's crazy.
Peach. You didn't get Peach to fight with you before
That is
yet.
true.
You know what I mean? You're saving her ass. So this is such a dream come true. And it definitely on my list for most excited games.
I seriously I am 100% with you because I think it sounds like something that is like a dream for most people.
Yes, dude.
By the way,
just can't believe it exists.
You challenged me. You were right. It did come out in 2015. It did.
What did it come out
on the Wii U.
The Wii U?
The Wii U Virtual Console in 2015.
Was that the only time?
It's the only time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Wow. Thanks for fact checking.
No, absolutely, and also I didn't know that. So that's brand new.
Because I think I remember playing it and being so excited. Like I needed to own it just for preservation's sake.
Absolutely.
Right? And like you know how
like
sad
I didn't buy it now.
When you play, because the store's down.
The store's down. You can't get it anywhere.
We got mine.
Hey.
When you when you like play those childhood games and it shows you all the logos. And everything. The Rare logo is very distinctive.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
And I remember it was missing.
Yeah.
Like because my first thought is, well, how is this being re-released? Because this is Rare's game.
Rare,
and for those who don't know, Rare made a lot of Nintendo games for a long time. It was even thought that Rare was Nintendo.
Yeah,
like
Diddy
it worked
Kong
for
Racing.
Nintendo. But they just had a good partnership, right? Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64.
Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
So Microsoft acquired Rare some time ago, like when the 360 was kind of brand new.
Right.
And because of that acquisition, Rare parted with all of Nintendo's IPs.
Right.
And so that basically meant none of those games were ever going to see the light of day again.
No. Yeah.
However, I think even Donkey Kong 64, Diddy Kong Racing. Was a DS game.
I think it might have been.
And not developed by Rare.
Yeah. You know? It might have totally been. I'm actually going to look that up too.
Yeah, please.
Because I want to.
It's kind of this history that
it's so
is really
interesting too. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, there was a Diddy Kong Racing DS. But obviously they took out all the characters. So like if anyone remembers, Conker, I'm pretty sure was a character who could race in the original.
Yes.
And they took him out. They had to take out every character that wasn't or that was Rare property, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? Very, very interesting stuff, isn't it? Don't you love politics of video games?
Love it.
Love it so much. All right, I'm going to go along with you in the way that you've kind of been going to.
Okay.
It's a tough one for me.
It's your number 3, yeah?
It's my number 3, but I'm trying not to go in an exact list. But the other ones that I have written down, honestly, I think I got to go with this one.
Hey, go with your gut, bro.
Super Mario Wonder.
Yeah!
I seriously think,
I didn't know if it was going to make either of our lists, to be honest.
It definitely does because there is this level of charm and polish that is put to this game. We talked about this last time very, very intensely. So I won't hold on it for too long, but there's something seriously special about Nintendo making such a big change to the Mario franchise formula.
For sure.
And I think that it should be celebrated and should be excited. I'm literally so excited because this is how we make masterpieces. This is how we make like serious things that withstand the test of time and go down as being some of the best games ever. Like Mario Odyssey. I'm like, if this can take everything that made platformers fun and then cut the fat and make it something so much more, I think it has potential to be one of the best games on the Switch. Yes. I think so, in my opinion. So I won't talk on that for too long, but I kind of want to, mention that because I feel like we talked about it so much.
Honestly, it almost made my list.
Did it really?
It did. And I think I'm most excited to play it with my girlfriend and play with you.
Oh, absolutely.
And
it's so multiplayer too.
Mario so much. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
The multiplayer and everything. But
I cannot wait.
I'm really excited for all the new direction. I'm kind of like, I'm with you. Like, I feel like when I think of like Nintendo, they make a lot of safe decisions with Mario, and they make a lot of left field and crazy decisions with Zelda.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's kind of like Zelda's their innovator, and Mario's their safe.
They're safe,
right?
Yeah.
So whenever Mario branches out, you know, like New Donk City. It's so like, what?
Odyssey. All of Odyssey.
All of Odyssey, bro.
Yeah.
Paper Mario. Like, fucking Mario RPG.
Yeah.
That excites me more than anything.
Absolutely.
You know? In terms of Mario shit.
Absolutely.
So fuck yeah. Okay. Well, my number 3, Josh.
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which comes out.
Yes.
Allegedly, I saw that it's supposedly promised to come out this year, even though we don't have a release date.
I think we have a release date, don't we?
But I saw Q1 2024 as well, so I'm not really sure. It's coming out soon, though, within the next 6 months.
Yeah, when I was doing research for this episode, real shout out to Opera GX because they literally have the upcoming games that are coming out on their like
a
page.
side panel?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
You can literally just like scroll through them.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
saw Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I should have checked the date.
That's
though.
cool. Yeah. Dude, you still haven't played, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, for those who know, Final Fantasy VII Remake is another dream come true. And this part 2, especially with the trailer that they dropped, I'm going to keep this very spoiler free.
Sure.
But holy shit. Seriously.
That look crazy.
Because the first one already is in my opinion, a masterpiece. In so many ways.
Yeah.
Some of the most fun technical RPG combat I have ever played.
Yeah.
Like just cutscene wise, dragging you in characters.
Yeah.
So much love in this game. They really Square outdid themselves.
Yeah.
And this is a company that has made many mistakes, in my opinion.
Sure.
And they are doing all the right things
Yeah,
with
man.
this. So I am very,
hyped.
very excited
Yes, sir.
to see where this is going. And this is kind of like, I would seem not a spoiler because it's shown in the trailer itself. But Final Fantasy VII Remake deviates from the original plot. I don't know if you know that.
I do.
But it deviates in many ways. And so in what ways, I'm not going to say.
Sure.
But that is the most hyped part about it, is that longtime fans of this series, and I'm pretty sure it came out in 1997, so this is an old game now.
Yeah.
26 years at least. They're making changes to like the plot in very unpredictable anime kind of exciting ways, and I am here for it,
and
baby.
it's kind of made a new story, if I'm not wrong. It's kind of like its own kind of tale now, right? Yeah, and I think that's badass. I think that's really cool.
Fuck yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I have it on my PS5. I have the PS5 version.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I need to just play it. I need to play it pretty damn soon.
That's a sit down and get sucked in kind of game.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Despite what Blade says, because I know he didn't care for it too much.
That dude legendarily hated that game. He said it was dog shit.
All right, Josh,
are we doing
what's your
another?
number 3?
Yeah. We got 5 we're doing, right?
Oh, are you going to 3 or 4 right now?
4.
Okay, we are
Because
doing
I just
5.
did Wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4. I'm on 4 right now. Okay. These are going to start getting a little left field because
That's cool.
I think my interests are very much everywhere. But I'll say right now,
what is it?
Metroid Prime 4.
That is my number 4, my guy. Let's go.
So Metroid Prime 4, legendarily, everyone knows, has been not just in the works, but was announced almost back when the Switch first came out.
Wasn't it 2017?
Yes, it was 2017 because at the same time that announcement happened, Samus Returns was announced on the 3DS. And so it was back when the 3DS was still a thing. Yeah. And they also announced that they were starting from scratch back in 2019. Yeah, it was 2019.
Like 2 years later or something like that.
Yes, it was. So everything that they had been doing, they were restarting. They literally did an apology video basically saying it's going to take a long time, but we want to be happy with this. And honestly, I couldn't be happier with that.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
No, me too, because they changed, a part of the apology was saying they switched developers.
Yes.
It wasn't being developed how they wanted it to.
Right.
Which ironically, the same thing happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, really?
They did the exact same thing. They announced
stopped what they
was
originally
nothing,
doing?
and then they had a company was working on it. Yes. A company that had not really made a big game, especially a Final Fantasy game. Right. And then last second, they switched the internal team and they restarted development.
Yes.
So the same thing happened with Metroid Prime 4, and even though we still don't know anything, we do know it's being developed by the OG Metroid Prime developers, which is Retroid
Studios, right?
I was going to say Retroid Studios.
Retro
Studios.
Retro.
Yes, which that is, please restart. If that's who you're going to have work on the game, and that's the reason,
Just
Be
start from
patient.
scratch. Take your time.
Yes.
Do what you got to do, because these kind of games, especially, like, I think it's going to be one of the biggest games to come out in the year.
Absolutely.
Because there is no rush that needs to be happening with a game series like Metroid Prime. And that's why I am all for that, but I'm also all for, do the same thing with, some other series too. Make as much of as an impact as you can. Make it the way that it needs to be made, because we're talking like it's a legacy game. Like, this is going to speak volumes for Metroid fans for the next 20 years.
Yes, and
for the
Metroid's one of the OG Nintendo series.
OGs. And it deserves to be, though, but I feel like it hasn't had this place to completely breathe the way that other really big franchises have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And obviously, it's not as big as Zelda, and it's not as big as... But Kirby just had a fucking renaissance of what made Kirby fun out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It made this incredible game that switches the formula but shows people why Kirby is so fire, and Samus deserves the same.
Yeah.
I think Metroid
I completely agree.
I want you to say more too, because it was your fourth. I don't want
I don't know if I have much else to say, bro.
Really?
I think we don't know anything, and that's kind of like a big part of it, but I still think I think it's funny and notable that it's on both of our lists.
Yeah.
Even though we don't know anything
about it. There's no trailer.
Yeah.
There's no screenshot.
Yeah.
There is not even a picture of what Samus is going to look like.
Right.
We don't know who's going to be in it. Is Dark Samus in it? Is it Ridley? Is it like a complete sequel? Is it like a kind of a reboot style?
What
I don't know.
happening?
We don't know.
No
we don't know
idea.
anything.
Is
So
it motion control based?
We don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But
Who knows?
whatever it is, I have a lot of faith.
Me too.
And I think it's a lot of people's kind of most anticipated Nintendo IP right now.
Absolutely.
Especially that. I think there's something to very much respect
Yeah.
that they haven't shown anything.
Yes.
If it truly is this far along in development
Yes.
that's needed this time,
Yes.
I would much rather us be in a place of complete darkness
Absolutely.
than here's a teaser, and
Yeah.
now we have 12 years of teasers,
Yes.
and we're still hung on like, when is this game coming out?
Yeah.
You know?
So I wanted to also even like compare it to it's much different than anything I've seen in my lifetime. But they did something similar with Breath of the Wild, where for a while we didn't see anything from it. It was like back in 2015, we saw a teaser, which was that Guardian that was chasing Link, and that was when we first saw it. Oh, there's going to be a Zelda for Wii U.
Yes.
And then 2016, we see... actually, no, I'm talking way before. I think it was 2014, right? Because it was in development for 5 years since the initial announcement, but there was no... you didn't see stuff on Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
You saw that original teaser. You saw they showed a little gameplay demo at E3 at one point, but it was like very early on, and then nothing for years.
Yeah.
Like multiple years of nothing. And I think that shows how that can be a very, very good thing.
Absolutely.
Breath of the Wild, I think, was game breaking in the way that I want Metroid Prime 4 to. So cook it up.
I know.
Keep it cooking.
Yeah.
Keep cooking shit.
Baby.
Fuck it up in the best
it
possible
up.
way.
Well,
do you want to
then,
go again since...
No, I'm just going to finish up my number 5 then. Okay?
Yes.
My number 5 is going to be Star Ocean, the second story R, which is coming out November 2nd.
Star Ocean?
Star Ocean. You familiar?
No.
So Star Ocean is a Square Enix IP.
Yes.
And it started, I think, on either the NES or the SNES.
Okay.
It's pretty old.
You might have told me a
even
little
PS1.
bit. You might have told me a little bit about this.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's PS1.
Yeah, PS1.
But this is kind of like a different kind of like, Final Fantasy saw success, and they kind of just had a separate team that started making kind of their own kind of Japanese role-playing game. So the Star Ocean series is pretty big. And I'm not going to go too into that. What I am most interested in is this is a remake of the second game in the series.
Which was...
It's called Second Story.
Okay. And it was on what console?
I think PS1.
PS1.
I could be wrong. I didn't play it, so I don't know. But I did play Star Ocean Till the End of Time. That was a PS2 game.
Yeah.
That was an amazing game.
Are we talking a remake?
This is a remake.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's I think what R stands for. So
remake.
The
That makes
title
sense.
is Star Ocean, the second story R.
Okay.
But look up the trailer for it when we're in the future. Even you listeners, look up the trailer. It's some of the most beautiful pixel art
Let's go.
sprite work in a 3D world.
Wow.
Very similar kind of to Octopath Traveler,
Yeah.
but it looks really good.
Cool.
And it's like made from the ground up. So
Wow.
they're very proud. They show that in the trailer, but
Yeah.
this was first revealed, I think, at the last Nintendo Direct.
Wow.
And I am very excited
Star
for
Ocean,
it.
yeah,
Star Ocean.
yeah. It sounds kind of rings a bell just a little
Yeah,
bit. But yeah.
yeah.
cool.
It might even be a character in the Smash Spirits.
Might be in there.
But yeah, big Square
I'm
IP.
loving that.
Not super huge IP, I'd say, but
Enough to
decently known. If you're a JRPG guy, you know what it is.
Absolutely.
So what's your number 5, my man?
Number 5, I think, is gonna actually blow your mind. I have one honorable mention. Can I say it real quick?
Please, yeah. I have a whole list of honorables.
Honorable.
I'll breeze through those.
I'm just gonna say one because I only have one honorable mention. I was genuinely thinking, what is this gonna do to the world of gaming, and we'll see.
Oh,
so
shit.
this honorable mention is not
You're going deep.
not that. Yeah. So Tekken 8, I recently have fallen a lot of love
Tekken
for,
8?
Yes.
That's your honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
I
Absolutely.
am shocked.
Yeah, I am very excited about that. I also was just explaining this morning to my friend Jake about the incredible idea of the bloodline feud in Tekken and the way that it's all set up. And I have a lot of respect for the story unfolding over so many years. The first game was on the PS2, right? Or maybe even maybe
PS1.
PS1 it might have been, but there are things we just found out in Tekken 7 that have to do with the story in Tekken 1 and 2 and 3, and all these things I have a lot of respect for. I have respect for taking that time and making every single one instead of retconning and going back, continuing a story. I think it's really incredible, so I'm very excited about that.
Fuck yeah.
But check this out.
Yeah.
My number 1, I don't think you're gonna ever predict this.
This is your number 1?
No, sorry. This is my number 5.
Okay.
What do you know about Starfield?
I know it's been a long time coming.
It has.
Is this the most crowdfunded game ever? I think it's the most crowdfunded thing ever.
Okay. That might be the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It hasn't been in development for at least a decade.
It's Bethesda.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah, you might be thinking of something else.
Oh, I am thinking of something else. Yeah.
So Starfield.
Okay, Starfield.
It's a Bethesda game.
Oh, they showed this game off
Yes.
when they revealed Skyrim
Yes.
or Elder Scrolls 6, right?
Yes.
And they said these two games are coming, but we're not going to say anything about
Elder Scrolls 6 we haven't heard anything about.
Right.
But here's the thing about Starfield.
Okay, tell me about
I'll
it.
just say I am not the biggest fan of Bethesda, but I am a huge fan of groundbreaking games.
Yeah.
Hugely, if anything can change the medium and the way we know it, I think it is completely embraceable. Bethesda has legendarily broken new grounds when it comes to open world projects.
Absolutely.
If you want to talk about what Skyrim has done for the entire open world development community, the way that those games are made now, it's a lot of it.
Skyrim is a landmark that any gamer should know.
No question.
You know what?
And Fallout.
I still remember the date that Skyrim came out.
11/11/11. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. 1/1/1/1.
Icon, bro.
Yeah, it's so iconic. Fallout has done a lot of same things for those kind of role-playing games and the way that those are done. But they've really fallen off recently, to be honest. Fallout 4, not a lot of people were very passionate about the way the towns were set up.
Yeah.
People are very upset about the way that those have happened. And Bethesda has basically said, we hear everything you're saying, and we are going to completely improve and make this game is going to be the Skyrim of its time. And obviously it's hard to say whether or not that's the truth, but I can't help but be so excited to see what it does. So the whole thing is too, there are hundreds of planets. It's like a what the fuck is it called? Like a sci-fi, yeah. A space sci-fi story, but it's open world with characters, story, in the same way that Skyrim had its own places, landmarks. It's gonna have that on planets, but it's not gonna be like No Man's Sky. They've said it's not gonna be randomly generated in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be huge. Like we're not even gonna see the walls of this game because of this.
I was going to do a different story for my news, and
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the one that is on my head right now is I think there was a story that I read of the game doesn't even get going for 130 hours.
That might be the case too.
Holy shit.
Which is insane. But the whole thing is, Bethesda has a responsibility, and it's really interesting because they have the development period for this. It's been a long time. They've been working on this for a minute, but they have a lot of very new developers and a lot of veterans, which I think is great because if you look back on Fallout New Vegas, there was a lot of newbies. Like these people want to get these ideas out in this world. Yeah. And honestly, like you have them with when you have so many veterans, the issue is you get to a point where they're just fucking doing what they know works.
Right.
Not what they dream up. You know what I mean? And so there's a level of responsibility that Bethesda holds that I truthfully am so excited to see what comes. Even if I don't get the game launch day, I cannot wait. Even if it turns out to be disappointing, and if it doesn't end up being what we want it to be, I am eagerly waiting for that day.
Hell yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
Absolutely.
Shit. Well, I'll just give you I have my honorable mentions, and then I have a question for you.
Please.
My honorable mentions, which just for me, all of these kind of almost made the list. These are just games that like I was kind of brainstorming, and I shifted my list around after I thought of everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna list them off pretty quick.
Please.
But there's a new Mass Effect coming.
I've heard of that.
And like mainline Mass Effect. It's not Andromeda, okay?
Thankfully.
But new actual Mass Effect, because when I was in high school, me and a couple of my friends, Mass Effect was the biggest deal to us.
Very big.
This was me moving away from Nintendo for a minute, kind of in high school. That was my non-Nintendo time.
Yeah.
And this is like when Xbox 360 was screaming and everyone wanted shit. And Mass Effect, they showed like dev videos from BioWare and from Microsoft and about how amazing Mass Effect is going to be. And I don't know if you played through any of the Mass Effects, but
I have not yet.
I've only played through the first one. I played a lot of 2. I just never beat it. But the first Mass Effect is truly a awesome game.
Good.
And I want more of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was waiting for the trilogy for a long time.
Yeah.
Which I still need to play through. But other quick honorable mentions, Marathon was announced by Bungie. So that's like, that was kind of their OG series before Halo.
Oh,
so that's getting a remake. And,
very cool.
Dude, anything Bungie makes is gold in my opinion.
You gotta touch it.
WarioWare, Move It.
Oh,
WarioWare
yeah.
coming out
November
3rd. I'm very excited for that.
Kind of traditional style, right?
Definitely done right, I would say, because that's what WarioWare is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Persona 5 Tactica coming out November 17th. So basically a Fire Emblem Persona 5 esque, and I don't know what I'd love more, to be honest, because I love both those things.
What else could you need?
Knights of the Old Republic remake was also announced. And that is something I'm very interested in.
Pretty cool.
We'll see where that goes. I don't even know if it's made by BioWare, which is the original devs.
It might be.
But I hope it is, and I hope it's good.
Hopefully.
And then Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Silk Song, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is now, as we've known, but it's a full-fledged sequel instead of being a DLC pack. It was
originally DLC,
right.
yeah.
So and that's been it's coming this year, like every year.
Year, yeah.
We're still apparently it's still coming out this year, so we'll see what happens.
My little brother keeps me updated on it, and it's every year. It's it's coming next year.
Oh yeah,
sure.
So Josh, my question for you is, to wrap this up.
Yes.
Wishful thinking. If you could have any remake or any new entry in any game series, what would it be?
I know exactly what it is. Don't even have to think.
Okay.
I
didn't prep Josh at all.
No. This was not prepped at all in any way.
But your eyes. Let me think.
No,
I got it.
My dream game. I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I might have even told you about this dream idea that I have.
Okay.
The most interesting character, in my opinion, in the whole Zelda series is the Hero of Time. This guy has this huge, from what we learned from the Hero Shade in Twilight Princess, the one that teaches the Hero of Twilight, all we know about him, truthfully, is that he has this massive life after he grows up, after Majora's Mask. Yeah. Yes, as a child, he grows up. He joins the military. He possibly gets with Zelda, and has children.
Hopefully, bro. He's been chasing her for fucking generations.
Absolutely. But this guy has this massive life, just this huge life that we don't see at all. He becomes like the captain of this is all theoretical.
Sure.
He loses his eye. He becomes the captain of the the Hyrule like kingdom. He's like the leader of all the troops. And then gets killed in a we don't know by who.
Yeah.
It just gets killed and left in a forest after he has kids, after he gets married, if that's to Zelda or not.
Sure.
And we don't know any of that. Not that Zelda is a series that fills in those holes, because the biggest thing about Zelda is that it has those pieces, so our brains kind of can just enjoy the little pieces that are. But you said I could dream. You said I could wish for anything.
Dream, bro.
So I want a game called The Legend of Zelda, The Hero of Time.
Fuck yeah.
And guess what? It would be a traditional. You could make it with the brand new graphics, make it look pretty, but I want temples.
Yeah.
I want items that I get in those temples.
Literally going to be my question.
Give me like an OG Zelda in a modern spin.
Yeah.
Make it and then make it story heavy.
Yeah.
I love story heavy Zeldas,
I'm
and
behind that.
I love Tears of the Kingdom. I love Breath of the Wild, but it's a different style.
Yeah.
It's very, very different.
sure.
So give me something with a style. I want to know how he dies. I want it to be dark and tragic. You can end the game with him dying at the end. That's okay. But give me that Zelda feeling. Give me that perfect game. And also the Hero of Time. Come on.
Fuck on,
That's
bro.
so tough. Anyway, and maybe some romance too, right?
I mean,
whatever.
fuck, if Zelda would put out.
Fuck it, if she would.
Josh, for me?
Yes, give me it.
I wrote down a Final Fantasy X remake, which is still would be a dream.
Yes.
And I know for a lot of people that's I'm kind of the only one in that wheelhouse. But, But Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite games ever. But without a doubt, my mind goes two directions.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which they both have to do with my childhood.
Sure.
Direction 1.
Yes.
Direction A.
Yes.
The left side.
The left brain.
Would be Chrono Trigger remake.
Very.
Right?
Are we talking like...
I'm talking
you want
in
like
the avenue of either like Octopath Traveler.
Sure. Which was a beautiful looking game.
Beautiful. And with like 2.5D mixed with pixel art.
Yes.
Or what I'm playing right now.
The new one. Sea of Stars?
Sea of Stars. Yeah. It just full-fledged pixel art.
Yes.
And that... Yeah.
I don't know which one would be cooler, to be honest. I mean, I think Octopath Traveler is pretty ideal for pixel art games.
For sure.
But there's something also very charming about not even having any form of it being a modern, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like completely timeless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
So, that...
And then what else are you thinking? Yeah.
If they re-released or remade... Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that would do me. That would do me in.
That's tough. That's so tough. I totally get you.
I want both.
Have you seen the modern Paper Mario? Like the newest one?
Like Color Splash and like the newest one.
What was the one that just came out? The Origami King.
Yeah.
I think they look beautiful. They just look too basic.
Yeah, and it's right.
But
they took that art style,
that's what I'm saying.
Right, and then kind of like how it all
implemented
that into the Thousand Year Door.
I think it would be a game changer.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yes, because Thousand Year Door, if you have not played Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, that is one of the best stories ever for a Mario game.
I think it's
one of the best
I don't think there's
characters,
anything that's better.
and it is one of the best RPGs in my opinion. In my humble opinion, that is a gem. That is a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
That is a 10 out of 10.
I agree.
All right, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Let's wrap this up. Let's move on to
we
got Telegram is what I'm calling this next section.
Let's go.
I called it mail call last week, but I thought it was a little too Blues Clues.
I like mail call though. I like Blues Clues. I like it. All right,
we got Telegram.
I'll take it.
Austin Bowman writes in this week, hot take on Demon Slayer. Josh, I figured you'd be the one to answer this question.
I definitely am.
Do we like Demon Slayer? Are we fans?
Me personally, I'm a big fan, actually. Yeah?
I think you're a fucking fake fan.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, man? That's fucked up.
You're a big fan?
Absolutely, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, bro. We've been known. We've been knowing you're a huge fan.
Of course. I would say, Demon Slayer is one of those shows that I have so much respect for because it really did come out at a time when I felt like anime needed something that everyone could latch on to.
Yes.
And there was My Hero, but it was divisive because there's the fandom that people don't like, and then there's the people who enjoy the show. It came out when everyone could latch onto it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it just became this phenomenon of everyone loved it. And the story is much more simple than some other, anime and manga that are out there. But that's perfect. That's amazing. That's exactly what we need for people to enjoy. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And some people could even say they're like, oh, it's too basic for me. But come on, man. We can all enjoy something. Let's just enjoy it. Yeah. So it's incredible. Best animated anime out there, too.
I wasn't fully on board with Demon Slayer for a minute. But I definitely am. I'm behind. Sure. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen season 2.
So you only saw season 1?
Only saw season 1. But I will say one of my favorite anime scenes. So all of anime, one of my favorite scenes.
Oh my god.
Is it's like episode 8, episode 9, something one? Where the sister and the brother, the main characters, team up and literally he spins down with the sword and literally gets his sword on fire and cuts off the demon's head, and it's in slow-mo.
Are you talking about Hinokami Kagura, the fire part where he gets the fire thing?
Yes.
That's episode 19, but yes. Yeah. You said episode 8.
Oh,
there was 24 episodes.
I was literally thinking there's 12 episodes.
No. There's 24 episodes.
Let's double
what I
said.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I was so confused, because I was you were like, episode 8. I'm
just animation-wise, the music in the background.
The animation, everything being built up to that moment.
It gave me goosebumps,
no,
bro.
And it still does.
Yes.
When I first met...
scream at the TV moment.
Yes. When I first met, the twins and Rocky, that was the first thing we all did together.
Really?
We sat down and we watched that episode of Demon Slayer because they were like, oh, what episode are you on? I was like, I think I'm on episode 17. They're like, oh, you're almost on episode 19? Oh, we're watching it with you.
For sure. No question.
So yeah. We love it, Austin. I wanna reverse it back to you. What do you think of Demon Slayer?
I love it, bro. I really want to watch more.
So good.
I want to get
Movies
my girl
good.
into it because she loves kind of thriller horror theme on things. She's loving Until Dawn. So I think she'd love Demon Slayer.
I think she'd fuck with it too.
Yeah. Especially with there's a lot of emotional attachment to it.
Definitely.
And then kind of doing what's right versus saving everybody and
I would say
knowing your limits and all these things.
I would say it has a lot of at least with what I feel, a lot of metaphorical ideas on humanity too.
Yes.
Because the demons in that show, I don't want to spoil for anyone who wants to get too into it, but the demons in that show were once human, and they understand what it means to be human, but no one can sympathize with a blood-eating monster. Except for Tanjiro Kamada, who is the main character, and I think there is something special about that. All
right.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Austin. So much for writing in for our first reader question.
That was awesome.
I love
Thank you,
bro.
Austin. We love you.
Write in
by the
every
way,
week, you guys.
We really look forward to those messages. I would say I do. I don't know about you, Sammy, but
I do.
I'm pretty sure we do.
No, I do. That's what we wanted. We want a community around here.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Josh, you got some trivia for me this week?
Check this out. I got something nice for you.
Let's go, baby.
This actually is a perfect transition. Okay. So here's the thing. Last time you got me pretty damn good with those Mario trivia.
Yeah.
Now I want to get something because what we have here is anticipation.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I wanted to kind of follow that theme and follow trivia with specifically things that you enjoy and love, and a couple things that you don't know at all thrown in there.
Fuck yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Please,
okay.
bro. I'm down for any challenge.
So this is going to be, because I am kind of the anime guy, I have a lot of anime, some video game stuff.
Yeah.
So we got a mix of a lot of things.
Okay.
Alrighty. You ready, baby?
I'm ready, baby.
So some of these things Sam might not have seen in a long time. So we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Question number 1. And this is going to be from media all over the place.
Okay.
So you better be ready for it.
Okay. My brain's open.
What is the name of the curse occupying Yuji Itadori's body in the show JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen?
Fuck.
Sam has seen every episode, besides season 2, by the way.
I know, and I did see it.
And these are tough, by the way. I'm not
a year ago.
Yes.
Dude, Dude, I don't remember.
You don't remember at all?
I don't remember at all.
Okay. So you lost one.
What is it?
Sakuna.
Sakuna.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Sakuna! His fucking fingers.
All right. What was the first Fire Emblem game to receive an international release?
Fire Emblem. The Blazing Blade.
Yes, it was.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Got 1 point. All right. I'll say 1 out of 2.
Ellawood, Hector, and Lynn, and Ellawood is Roy's dad.
There you go.
There you go, baby.
1 out of 2.
Game Boy Advance.
There you are. All right. Here's my next one. Who is the Jewel of Mor Ardain? In the hit game Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Who's the
Jewel of Mor Ardain? It's a title given to a character.
Is it Bridget?
It is Bridget.
It's Bridget, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
good.
go.
That's good shit right there.
Yeah, okay.
So you got 2 out of 3 so
Okay,
far. 2 out of
sweet.
3. You're doing really good.
Thanks, dog.
I
love these questions.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
They are all over the place. All right. I kind of regret writing this one now because it is a spoiler for The Promised Neverland.
That's okay.
Should I call out spoilers now?
Yeah. Spoiler call.
Skip ahead a couple seconds. All right.
If you have.
If you need to. If you haven't been caught up to season 1.
Okay.
Who is Isabella's biological child in The Promised Neverland?
Oh, it's Ray.
Yes, it is.
Fuck yeah, baby.
4 out of 5?
Yep.
Right? Yep.
Let's go.
All right. And then some of these are not going to be as easy, so just...
No, I'm ready.
No, okay.
I'll take my high and I'll just run with it.
Absolutely. All right. What are the name of the... Okay, this one's tough. What are the 3 names of the walls of Paradis Island that protect the remnants of Eldia in Attack on Titan? There are 3 walls. What are their names?
Wall Rose.
Yes. And if you remember, it's the name of the daughters of the original king.
Right.
Yes. The ones who
I always remember Erwin's voice. Wall Rose.
Wall Rose.
Right? Wall Rose has fallen. Wall Mortha?
Close.
Marithia?
Maria.
I'll
I'll let you have it if you get the last one. I'll let you have that one. Last one. I'm going to give it 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
It's Walsina. That was close. You were very close. I'll give you half a point for that. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay? Half a point?
Take a half.
Okay. All right. Some of these are going to get tough,
Damn,
but
bro.
it's okay.
Thank you.
All
right, let's go.
A full remake of the original Fire Emblem released for which console?
A full remake of the
original
original Fire
Fire
Emblem
Emblem.
was remade on Nintendo Switch.
Remade.
Oh, like a remake.
Yes, yeah.
That's Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon on the DS.
I'll let you have that one, even though you said that, because I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'll tell you where my thought was at.
Okay.
Because you said remake, and
Yes.
you're 100% right. My brain was going
I
to
totally
a
see where you're going.
re-release.
Yes.
And the first time that the first Fire Emblem was ever re-released
Yep.
was on the Nintendo Switch.
I totally...
in that special edition.
I'll let you have it because I can totally see that mindset.
Ayo!
But from this point on, no more fucking TVs. Okay? So what is that, 6? 6.5? Or is that 5.5? Yeah, 5.5
Okay.
out of 6.
No, it should be
No, 7.
5.5 out of 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect score, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. So let's see. This one's going to be easy for you. Who's the main protagonist of Demon Slayer? Kimetsu no Yaiba. His name.
What the fuck is his name?
I just said it in the podcast a couple minutes ago. Thank you, Austin, by the way, for that beautiful question.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. What is the main character's name?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
Dude.
5.
No, I know it too.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I can't.
Come on.
I know the name.
Tanjiro.
Todori was always coming ahead.
Yeah.
Todori, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where is the scar located on Scar's body in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
That's a great fucking question.
You remember
My
Scar?
brain, yeah, I do, but I went to 3 places. I went to his face, his arm, and his back.
What are you thinking?
I think it's his arm. Final
answer? 3.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's on his
on?
forehead.
It's on his
He's
face.
got the scar right in his face. Yeah. It was close. It was close. Very, 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 very close. All right.
His back has the alchemy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. It's his arm
It's
that
his
has
arm.
alchemy.
It's his arm.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
back doesn't have shit on it. So maybe you're a goober.
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna start making these tough. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Let's go,
All
baby.
right. Which Fire Emblem game introduced combat arts?
Combat arts was introduced in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh shit! It wasn't. Mm-mm. It was Shadows of Valencia.
Close.
It's not.
It's Echoes for the 3DS.
Shadows of Valencia.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But it says it's Echoes.
That's
what the game's called.
Colon Shadows of.
Then you got that right.
Yeah.
You said 3
No,
houses.
I said 3 houses.
No freebies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I did know. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a remake feature.
Okay.
So I played that 3DS version.
Totally.
They put that in, but they really streamlined it in 3 houses, and that's kind of like the modernized Fire Emblem games have these combat arts that are basically from 3 houses. So,
got you.
Yeah.
Well, you still got it wrong, unfortunately.
Oh, I did.
I'm
No,
sorry,
I'll take
buddy.
it. I'll take it.
All right. What is the name of the super computer that split the universe in Xenoblade?
Ooh. That is the Trinity Core processor.
Yes.
Yes.
You got it. I would take Trinity processor too. I'll take something
yeah.
simpler, but that is the exact thing. In Fire Emblem Fates.
I've gotten all the Xenoblade questions.
Yeah, you've gotten all of them so far. In Fire Emblem Fates, a Wyvern Rider can be promoted to a Wyvern Lord, or what else?
Griffin Knight?
Close. It's something Knight. I just want to see if you can know it.
So
because I thought this was going to be a really
guess
tough
would
one.
either be Wyvern Lord and Wyvern Knight.
It's a Malig Knight? Is that something?
Malig Knight.
M-A-L-I-G Knight. In Fates. I don't know how much you played Fates, though.
I did play through it, and Fates. So Fates is a remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden,
Right.
Which I think is the second Fire Emblem game, and they have weird shit in that game
Oh,
that's
really?
not in other Fire Emblems. So, like, it was the first Fire Emblem to not have, like, your weapons in all Fire Emblem games.
Yeah.
Up until this point, they had limited uses. So if you got like an iron sword,
Yeah.
you use it in combat.
Right.
A part of the strategy is making sure your sword doesn't run out.
Right.
So it has like durability.
Totally.
That was taken away completely in this game, as an example.
I have a really hard one.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. In which game did Roy make his debut?
Fire Emblem Binding Blade.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
You are wrong.
Which one?
It's called Super Smash Brothers Melee.
What?
He showed up first, just like Lucas did, before the game came out. He was originally shown in Melee. It released before
Binding Blade?
Binding Blade came out. Isn't that
I
the-
had no idea.
Yeah. So
That's
a little bit of
fucked.
trivia you get to know.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
that's sick.
All right. These are gonna be tough. You're
Still going?
I got a couple more. Okay.
All right.
I have 2 more, and then we're gonna call it because these are really hard. Okay.
Okay.
In Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn,
Yeah.
who is the monarch of Crimea? I might have pronounced that wrong too. Crimea?
No, it's Crimea.
Crimea?
Yeah. The Monarch of Crimea.
Monarch of Crimea. Second to last question.
Is it Elincia?
That is exactly right.
Let's
nice.
fucking go.
I lost track of your number. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's cool.
Okay.
I don't
And then I just wrote
I missed
these.
like 3 or 4 now.
Okay.
5, maybe.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I missed them all.
Last
That's okay.
question. This one's hard
Yeah.
because this is the final one, and you might not even know it.
Okay.
What is Naruto's main goal? Because last time on the podcast,
Yeah.
you said that Naruto is one of the anime that you need to watch,
Yeah.
and so you're anticipating it. Get it? Most anticipated.
Most anticipated.
Anyway. What is Naruto's main goal?
Is it to purify the demon inside of him?
No. It is not.
What is it?
He wants to become Hokage. You've never heard that?
No.
Never once?
What's Hokage?
A Hokage, it's the leader of his village.
Fuck!
Yes. All right, you did pretty good. I would say we did great. That was good. And those were tough questions.
Hey, and
I didn't
honestly, the
expect
only
you-
one I truly had, like, an excuse for was that last question, just because I haven't seen Naruto.
I just wanted to get you on the last one, too.
Like it's perfect.
Just in case you got
all the
them all.
others I missed, legit.
Big
Especially
shit.
that Roy one, that was good. I had no idea about that.
That's news I learned by
Thank you.
doing that.
Thank you
research.
so much, Josh.
Of course,
that
man.
was fucking fun.
Did some fun trivia.
Yeah, especially because we kind of took an approach of a multitude of games this episode.
Yep.
Whereas, like, I feel like trivia about the specific episode is going to be like fun, like for kind of like the whole point of it.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
man.
So, Josh, let's get into our second to last segment here. Weekly
Second
wisdom.
to last?
Yes, sir. Weekly wisdom featuring Uncle Iroh.
Iroh.
I know. I love your surprise every time.
Oh my
too.
gosh,
You
I
ready to be
forget.
humbled?
So ready.
As Iroh once said, good times make good memories, but bad times make good lessons.
Beautiful. God, he's got that.
So good.
He's got that wisdom to it.
I know.
If there's a
something
such thing
about
as
it.
Riz, there should be a such thing as whiz.
I
Like you
think
just got
it's-
whiz.
Iroh's the Riz Whiz King.
He's the Riz
you know?
Whiz King.
Yeah, bro.
Whiz King.
He's got so much Riz, even
He does
in
have
all
Riz.
forms. You know what I mean? Bless you. I think Iroh is the most masculine man of all. To be honest.
Did you
with
see him in season 4? I mean, season
Bro.
3? Dude, he's a fucking tank.
He's a tank.
He was like a one-man army. Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
he was.
he
you
was,
fucker.
bro.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Bet he was.
All right, my friends, that concludes this week's episode of the Flash Bros
Beautiful.
podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
All right. It was a
Thank
long
you.
one. It was
This
a long one.
Yeah.
It was there was a lot of stuff to talk about.
Definitely.
So
yeah, and
it
a long
won't be
list.
this long, I'd say, every time.
No, and like
We'll
I
do
might
it.
even shorten down the list of the history because that was
Sure.
the biggest segment we had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was just going through so much history, but
Yep.
there's just so many games now.
So
That's
much to talk about.
curated. That's
So much
not
to talk
even.
about. I
That's
know.
like a quarter of actually the games that came out. Imagine
Incredible.
If I read them all.
No, I know exactly.
Thank you so much for hanging with us and showing your love and support.
Thank you.
Once again, check out our Patreon page to join the
Please.
community.
Please.
It's going to be at patreon.com/flashbrospodcast. And subscribe if you'd like to show support and send in any questions or comments. We'd love to read them next week.
Please, we'd love
You can
to.
also write us at flashbrospodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me today, Joshy.
Of course,
Always
Sam.
grateful to see you, brother.
Always beautiful. Always
we
beautiful.
always dab up.
I know, it's great. I don't know if anyone knows that's what's happening, but that's exactly
You guys
what's
hear
happening.
any clapping or anything?
And snapping,
That's
we
what we're
be
doing.
dapping.
All right, stellar, man.
All right,
we will
man.
see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.
Be safe, y'all.
Bye.